CBS. Radio.
Show me one person who does not shave the bottom of their foot.
Don Geronimo.
Hell yeah! Hold on, I just creeped myself out.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Just hit G8.
Argle bargle.
Michael Soares.
Don Geronimo. Yeah, Don. Hey, Don. Don Geronimo. Yeah, Don. Hey, Don. Hey, Don Geronimo. Yeah, Don. Hey, Don. Hey, Don Geronimo. Don. Don. Hey, Don Geronimo.
Poor old Don.
On the airwaves, Don Geronimo, driving safely, don't go back, just remember, Don Geronimo, Don Geronimo.
Donnie G. Sacktown radio lunacy. Donnie G. Giving you eardrums and STD. Donnie G. Ugliest bastard you'll ever see.
Hey now.
Donnie G. Coming at you live on 1140.
You can call the Don Geronimo Show anytime. 1-800-920-1140. 339-1140. He's ready to believe you.
Gotta get up, gotta get out, gotta get home.
Sacramento, California. Hello.
That I do too. That I do.
Michael Soares.
Let's see your penis.
Lighten up, Francis. Any of you guys call me Francis, and I'll kill you.
Hello. This is your Uncle Don.
Squibbly flabbly doo.
Whoopity-doo.
There we go, man.
Have you had your vagina tightened?
Go f*** yourself, San Diego.
Let me see. This one is labeled Drew Finishes. There it is.
Well, I got AIDS, but other than that, I'm doing.
I too have herpes. Why don't you shut up?
Unbelievable.
All right, one more with Hasselhoff.
Vete por la sombra que el sol derrete los bombones.
Right. Drew's got a comment for everything.
Mom, I started my first period. I noticed a bit of blood on my panties, and golly.
Yeah. You know who I am. Ass face.
Here is our announcer, Slosif, Joseph. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Don, live from Sacramento, California, home of the new Circus of Ass. It's the Don Geronimo Show, starring Don Geronimo with Phantom and Drudy Fowler, featuring Craig Staley, silly little gay Joel Pittman, and me, Joe Ardinger.
Yo.
Today, I don't know, it's Monday. Phone scan? Who knows? Of course, you'll have your weekend update, and Don will talk about little Joel's penis. It's Monday, April 29th, a.k.a. Stupid Bitch Monday. And now, hey, is that vulva you're wearing? Please welcome Don Geronimo.
Hey, give me a little more music there, Joe.
Okay.
I don't like it when you start dry. Joe is
right, yeah.
No, I like you moist.
Joe, yeah, there's always got to be a little moisture there for Joe.
Okay. Well, we'll pick it up at It's Monday, April 29th, a.k.a. Stupid Bitch Monday. And now, hey, is that vulva you're wearing? Please welcome Don Geronimo.
Joe, really? All Take it from the top there, from the top where you started there. Just give it one more try. Would you throw away your script already? What did he do? Ball it up and throw it away?
Yeah, he threw it. Give him a second.
This would be take number 3. We're rolling, and this is the good one.
From the top?
No, just from the part where you started last time.
Oh, it's Monday, April 29th, a.k.a. Stupid Bitch Monday. And now, hey, is that vulva you're wearing? Please welcome Don Geronimo!
There you go. Third time's the charm.
What do you think of the name Don Geronimo?
Right. Hello, good morning.
You Don Geronimo?
Yes,
You Don Geronimo? Sounds good.
Well, hi, everybody. Good morning. How are you? Anyway, new episode on this Monday. It's April 29th, everybody. All right, Joe, now just give me a very slow, natural fade on that. As if it was really fading out there. Good boy. Wow. Good boy. I'm going to give you a treat. That's a good boy. I'm going to rub your belly. Oh, yes. I'm going to scratch right there, right by your leg and make your other leg go crazy like that. Then I'm going to let you outside. You're going to go out. You're going to have a nice poop and a nice BM.
You're going to hit by a Ford.
And you're going to come in, and we're going to give you some good food. Going to put it in a bowl for you on the ground. And then all you get to do is just lay around all day and just lick your nads all day.
That's what I did yesterday.
There you go. All right, good morning, Joe, and good morning, everybody else. First item, we had mentioned that Jason Mewes from Jay and Silent Bob would be with us today. I have good news and bad news. He won't be with us today because it was a phoner today. He'll be with us tomorrow because he'll be in studio with us tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Even better. That's a trade-up, I think, everybody. Listen, on today's show, besides the stuff that we got planned here, I just received a packet of mail from Deuce Mason's dad.
Oh, and it's a big one this
in
time.
Jail.
Wow.
In jail, another package of mail from Deuce's
phone cards.
Dad. You know, he writes to us more than he does to his own kid.
He does.
Really, there's no lie about that. And from our loyal listener that lives over there in China, we have erotica stories, the Kirk Spock erotica. But wait, this one is about Drew Hoffer. It's Drew Hoffer erotica.
Oh.
And also a story about the Harless family at the Thanksgiving time.
Oh, well, that's timely.
Yes. Well, listen. What can I? I think he mailed it. I think he mailed it in around. I think he mailed the story in with you around Thanksgiving, and I just didn't read it.
Oh.
So he sent it again. It says, "Hey Don, good morning. I gave you some new Kirk Spock stories to you, and you never read them. Well, you know that happens. I feel a bit sad about that. I'm resending my Harless Thanksgiving. I know you probably didn't like the incest story that was inside it, but give it another shot.
Inside it.
I've also written an adventure about going to Drew's new mansion, filled with sexy girls and 6 doors and adventures behind each one. You can read 1 or 2 or all of these stories.
That's wonderful.
Thanks for reading these crazy stories during the Steve Bryant months. It's weird he really enjoyed anally raping you in one of my stories. Thank you for talking about the package I sent. I hope to send you more Chinese stuff. And that is from Luke Stapley. Luke Stapley, our big listener in China. So I'll get to all of that stuff in a moment. We'll open up the mailbag. The weekend recap. I don't have a lot of a weekend recap for you because we're like a lot of people. This weather is just awesome. All we did all weekend was just sit outside. And much as it kills my reputation, I just sat outside and read a book.
Oh, man. Wow. You did?
Read a book.
What book did you read?
James Patterson, of course. The type of books that you fly through in a day.
Right.
I mean, I'm no accomplished reader, but I sit there by the pool and I just say to my wife, I'll hold it up and I go, 50 more down. She'll look at me like, oh, that's my man. You can't do much correctly, but you can read. you do a good reading comprehension. So we spent all of our weekend. We didn't even leave our house. We physically left the house to go in the backyard. Then we would come back inside, go back in the backyard. And we're to the point now with the air conditioning. We got to make a decision about this. Now, I've been trying to play along with my wife's rules where we're not going to turn it on for a while because, it's so freaking expensive. But last night, now we got this whole house fan. And the deal with the whole house fan is supposed to be that it brings air outside, inside, and cools off the air.
Right.
The problem is it only works if the air outside is cooler than the air inside the house. Right. I'm stupid, as already has been noted many times on today's show. And at one point it was like 95 outside yesterday. And I thought, well, I'll just turn the whole house fan on rather than turn on the air conditioning because that's what a smart guy would do. And I sat there and slowly watched the thermostat inside the house go from 81 to 87
to 90
to like the 92. And by the time I'm getting ready to go to bed, that thing is just not working. I'm upstairs in bed. I'm just dying. I'm sweating like Marion Barry, for goodness sakes. And my poor doggy, our bulldog Oscar, is on some sort of medication now that makes him pant even more than normal. And he's always wanting to drink water because whatever this medicine that he's on is drying him out. So the poor guy's on the bed at 3:00 in the morning, just going nuts. And she's got to get up.
Wasn't you?
She's got to get up to take him out, and it's just a mess. So I got to put my foot down tonight and say, listen, air conditioner on tonight. I demand. I'll let you know how that works out tomorrow. I'll let you know. The odds of that are 50-50. So besides the fact that we just lived in our backyard, at one point I was out in my front yard, and I got this neighbor that owns a full-size golf cart and drives it around the neighborhood. Cool. Now, when I say full-size, I mean this is one of those that's got a front seat, a back seat, and then the little seat on the back where you can have more people hang off this thing. This guy drives all over the neighborhood with his family.
Why?
Well, listen.
Because that's awesome.
Very convenient.
I don't know why, but he's got another thing now. They all bought Segways. And on Saturday, like the freaking Brady Bunch, here they come down the street. It's slow speed, man, like 1 mile an
Do they
hour.
wear those stupid helmets that go with them?
Yes, they do. They had on their bicycle helmets, and they had on their matching outfits from a family reunion or whatever the thing they'd been to. And I was standing out there, and I like my neighbor from across the street, Steve. He's kind of a son of a bitch like I am. Yeah. We don't talk that much, but he's a good neighbor. If I catch him out in the street, if he's checking his mail or checking his flowers or something, we'll discuss, all the things going on in the neighborhood that we don't care for. Yeah. And I caught him right. We were both checking our mail right as they went riding by, and I said, "Do you believe that?" And he said, he said, "No, I can't say what I'm thinking." And I said, "Oh, I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too. I wish like that a big old dump truck would just come down the road and just run them over." And he said, "Why are we so upset by that?" And I said, "You know what I think? I think it's because they're the family. Because they're the family that they have matching bicycles. I mean, literally, they went and bought 6 bicycles that all look exactly the same. So when they all go out for a ride, they're all in formation. They're riding together. And this thing with the Segways, literally, and the dad is yelling and sleeping at it. The dad is yelling and screaming at them, not sleeping. I wish I was sleeping. The dad's yelling at them like, no, stay in formation. Stay on your side of the road. Stay in formation. This thing's going 1 mile an hour. I can walk backwards while dragging my ass on the ground, and I'm going to be faster than these Segways are."
What purpose?
I'd like to see that.
What purpose do they serve?
This is what I was bringing up. This is why, and I mentioned this to my neighbor. Do you remember when Segways came out, when everybody, myself included, thought that they were the best? That it was like, oh my God, this is going to change the world. We're all going to be on these Segways sometime. And when they first came out, they were big and impressive, and you would look at that thing and you would go, oh my God, that's the wave of the future. And now, you can rent them like at an airport if you're very lazy to get through the airport. I've seen airport security guys using them. Of course, Paul Blart, Mall Cop, that's about it. But you don't see your Segway out there, and that was just a general question that I had. What happened to the phenomenon of the Segway? When did that go south?
How much do they cost?
They used to be prohibitively expensive. They used to be like $2,000 each or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Hi, little Joe. Good morning.
I was watching a marathon of Arrested Development yesterday. It was just the entire 5 seasons or whatever. And Will Arnett's character, for the most part, that's all he traveled on, was one of those Segways. He'd just go in and out of scene. It was just him on that, and then he'd turn around and leave. And I was thinking the same thing yesterday. Who has that now? No one does.
There was a time when those things first came out that in my stupid mind thinking that we were living in a Jetsons world, that eventually we'd all be walking around. We wouldn't have to walk anymore. We would all be on our stupid Segway scooters. So they went around the block twice, and I'm still standing out there talking to my neighbor, and we see them coming around again, and he says, I got to ask him, how he got these, what they're doing with these things. Yeah. So, and he didn't have to run to keep up with them. He was walking. He was slowly walking, my neighbor was. And the guy said he bought them in bulk. He bought them in bulk from the Sacramento airport. Then he bought 7 of them, and on one of them, they only had 6 out, and the one that they hadn't taken out yet still had the police stickers on it.
Oh, yeah.
And my thought was, that's cool. Now, that's something. I would ride around my neighborhood in a police Segway.
Neighborhood walk.
Like the old highway
little light on it. Yeah, how great would that be?
Yeah.
Anyway, so all weekend, that's all these people were just doing, was just going slow motion down the street, and 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, 6, 7 houses in a row. People started standing out on their front porches watching it like they were doing the wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People would come out on the front porch. They would watch these 6 people go very slowly, and they would wave as they went by all the houses.
Like it was
The
a
family
parade.
would wave like, "Hey, look at us!" And some of my stupid neighbors were applauding for them out there. Applauding.
Did they tell you how much they paid for him?
Yeah.
No, he didn't mention how much
And
he
how
paid.
many kids are in that family?
5. 5 kids and a mom and a dad. So it was dad and the 5 kids out there. Yeah, hi, little Joe.
Apparently, it depends on what kind of Segway you get because I'm looking online and I've seen some as low as $300 and some as expensive as $7,000. So
$7,000.
And what exactly?
I guess
$7,000 I charge.
that one comes with spinners.
Okay. Anyway, what I'm going to try to do is try to snap a picture of these people because I'm sure they'll be around my neighborhoods with this thing again. It's just a weird phenomenon, and they've all got like the matching tops on. They had like, they look like those stretchy shirts that like Lance Armstrong wore, the bicycle shirts.
Yeah.
That have the U.S. Post Service logo on them.
Yep.
The spandex. Yes.
That's what they were wearing.
They're trying to get their money back from him.
There's
All
no
of them.
exercising involved in that. Why would you wear
They're
that?
big, gigantic, pointed bicycle helmets. Those big, hard metal ones or plastic ones that come to a point in the very front.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Aerodynamic.
Yes.
They look ridiculous. And him stay in formation. Stay in formation.
And I wanted to ask you that. What kind of formation was it? Was it like a diamond or was it like missing man formation? What kind of
defense
formation
were they
was it?
playing?
The flying
Flying
V.
It was a girl, boy, and
Girl, boy, truck.
The boy would be the boy would be up a little bit, and the girl would follow behind to his right. So they were, and the dad was going nuts. Stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. And the dad had the thing on his helmet with the radio thing with the
way.
Yes,
No.
with the little microphone and a little speaker that would come out of his. So what you would hear is as they were going by, you say, "Stay in formation, Johnny. Stay in formation. Looking good. Looking good. Hey, Louise, you want to bring that in a little bit? You want to bring that in a little bit?"
It's like Top Gun.
Yes, except he had a wireless speaker a wireless microphone rather that attached to his little stupid bicycle helmet, and then a little speaker that was put on the front of his Segway, like the way you'd put a speaker like in the front of your bicycle if you were a kid or something.
And you didn't want to throw anything at him?
Oh, I was
Of
standing.
course you did.
I was standing out there with Steve discussing whether a dump truck should come by and run them over. Yes, I
They're
was
already embarrassed.
That would be the first thing I would do is throw rocks at them. How old were these kids?
Oh, they range in age from I would guess 10 to like 17 or 18.
God.
You know what I mean? They're that family. They're that perfect family in the neighborhood.
Those 17-year-olds must get their asses kicked.
They're
all
the ones.
time.
They're the ones when you go by their house on Christmas. It looks like you're going to Disneyland with all of the stuff that's up. And same thing on Halloween. And they're the ones that put the big gigantic sign up that said, hey, let's keep the Christ in Christmas.
Right, and those are the kids. Those are the kids that are smoking weed and drinking
I
alcohol on the
guarantee.
weekends.
Those are the kids that as
Banging.
soon as they get out in the real world, go to college, it's all downhill
let
from there.
loose.
They let loose.
And then later in the afternoon, there was only like 4 of the kids out with the mom, but they had the 4 Segways, and then they had a little one that they were pulling behind in the little red wagon. And the little red wagon was attached to the Segway.
Was there a dog in it?
No, there was a little kid. There was a tiny.
There's a little Ardinger in
There was
there.
a tiny kid in it. And I said something at that point,
Jerry?
again, walked out and said something to another one of my neighbors. Now, not the neighbor that I'd been talking with about the dump truck, okay? I just walked out and they were walking by and some of our neighbors are waving and other neighbors like, what the hell? And I said, I just wish that the earth would just open up and eat them alive. And I realized then that I said that to someone who didn't share my view of the world. I said, I'm just kidding. It's hot. It's hot. And I hear everybody honking their horn because people are, as they're driving by us, people are driving down our street. When they see these idiots driving in our neighborhood are honking their horns at them. Like, this is a great show. You're great American.
Were they honking because, hey, that's awesome? Were they honking to, like, get out of the effing way? You're going 2 miles an hour.
I wish. No, they were honking in that way like, oh, this is so nice. This is why we live in the suburbs. Look, it's a happy family, all of them out on their Segways together. Look, and look at them in formation, waving all of them at the same time. Like, shut the F up.
Right.
Just shut up.
It's too damn hot for that now.
And also over the weekend, those of you who used to listen to me on the Don and Mike Show will remember from Washington, D.C., there was a DJ that I used to fight with all the time. This guy's name is Jack Diamond. People might remember this.
Jack Diamond.
Hey, Jack Diamond in the morning. Yeah, Harvey Joel Fisher. This was the guy's real name. I had, listen, this was nothing along the lines of the DJ fights that I had with the famous national DJs like Howard Stern or Opie and Anthony and Don Imus. This guy was mornings at 107.3 in Washington, D.C., so he was local competition for me and Mike. I used to rail on this guy so badly. I used to kill this guy so badly, and the problem is, like a lot of things, real life got in the way of it. He was a competitor. He's a guy that I knew since I was in high school. He's my age, and he's like me. He's a radio rat, got into radio when he was just 13 or 14 years old. I knew him when he was a kid. This guy had a full beard when he was 14. Yeah. That's how he got into radio ahead of me, because he looked so much older than I did. And we would battle with this guy. And then when Frida passed away in 2005, he came to the funeral service, and what he said really touched me. And I had to come back on the radio and say, I can't battle with this guy anymore, because in real life, I thought he was a good guy, and he stepped up. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean now that he got fired on Friday after almost 25 years in Washington, D.C. And 25 years in a major market is a big accomplishment. I wish Jack nothing but the best, and I know that my listeners out there will remember better all of the stuff that I did, that we did to him over the years. I think probably the best thing was once when we just first started talking about him, and we talked about him because he was competition, and because he stunk, and he did the whole he said she said show, and he had his sidekick was Bert, and he called him Rat Boy, because all he did was just jump up this guy's ass like, "Hey Jackson, you're right, Jackson. Well, little buddy, I'll tell you something. When you do a radio show like this, you got to worry about offending people, and I'm into doing a show about love, and this is his whole rap, that he was a real nice guy, pretend to be like a Rick Dees type, except when he would get going about me and Mike. Then the gloves would come off, and he would start fighting with us. But he couldn't go all the way with it, because he was on a format which is like the mix format, so it's all soft rock, and he had to pretend like he was a nice guy and everything, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we would battle with him, and right in the very beginning, one of the best battles was we were just endlessly going off on him. Endlessly. You suck. You stink. We pull out the ratings. We read the ratings on the air. We sent him luggage with dead roses inside. One time after the ratings came out, saying, Jack, get your ass out of town now. You'll never beat us. One day we come into work. Okay, we get to our radio station, WJFK, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The general manager, Ken Stevens, calls me and Mike O'Mara, and he says, we got to talk. Never good when the GM says we got to talk. We go into his office, and he says, listen, I got to talk to you about Jack Diamond. I'm like, what about Jack Diamond? He says, well, the guy came down here today. And I said, you are kidding me. He says, no, I'm not kidding you. The guy came down and dropped these things off for you. And it was a Mix 107.3 coffee mug, and a Mix 107.3 baseball hat, and a T-shirt and a pencil. He says, these are gifts from Jack Diamond, and he really wishes that you guys would stop talking about him. No. And we sat there for a moment looking at our general manager, who was stone-faced, right? And he sat there for a minute, and then he couldn't keep it in his pants anymore. He just started laughing. He said, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I had to stop the guy from almost crying in here today, that he came in and basically what he said was, Don and Mike are talking about me a lot, and I know that we're all just professionals, and I wish if there's just some way we could just, become compadres. And my boss, my boss, Ken, started to say to him, well, listen, I can't control those guys, and, it's kind of like... they argue with Howard, who's on our station, and they argue with Opie and Anthony, who are on our station. I'm not going to tell them not to argue with the disc jockey that's not from our radio station. Right. So old Harvey, he got even madder when we went on the air, and I think, of course, we set the items that he brought down on fire or something something like that. Said this is never over, and then it continued. Like he had to deal with a car dealership where he had a sweet deal where he would drive a car for a month, like at a new Chevy dealership. He would drive a brand new Corvette for a month. Then he would bring it back to the dealership, and they would actually put a plaque inside the car that says, this car was driven by Mix 107.3's Jack Diamond. Sweet. Who cares? This blew my mind. Now, first, listen, me and Mike didn't have a sweet deal like that, okay? Yeah. And second, who wants to go buy a car that's had Jack Diamond's slurpy ass in it for a month, with him running red lights and farting all over the nice leather and everything, like it's going to be a big deal? He was also one of the first DJs to ever have a band. Hey, it's a Jack Diamond band. Oh. And that's where, and I mean, listen, this was a real down and dirty fight with him and me, because he got divorced from one of his wives to go hook up with the chick that was in his band, which of course was a big part of our show. That's who he's married to now. I think. Oh my God, we had so many times with Jack, and one of my best moments with Harvey ever was just a bluff. It was just a total bluff. I had been arrested for having some weed. This is 15 years ago. You can Google it if you like. It's out there, kids.
It's wiki.
And it was big news. 15 years ago on the East Coast, a couple of joints in my car. I was on the front page of the Washington Post.
It happens
it is what it is. But I'm just throwing it out there
Yeah.
because it's the truth. And he started coming back at me with this stuff. It was like Jack Diamond. He was like Christmas. Like, oh my God, he got busted. Well, this is my show. Hey, good morning, Mix 107.3. Jack Diamond, I promise you, the only disc jockey in town that has not been arrested in the last 24 hours. Thank you. Hey, it's Jack Diamond. I didn't do my show prep last night at the Fairfax County Jail, like some people do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So I'm saying to Mike before we went on the air that day, today I'm killing him. Today I'm killing him because, and whether it was right for me to feel that way, I thought, now I'm at my most vulnerable. He's going to take shots at me. Okay. You want to take shots at me? I'm going to take shots at you. I went on the air that day and I was screaming. I was like, you listen to me, Jack Diamond. I know the secret. I know your secret. I know what it is, and I'm gonna let it go if you don't just shut up about me right now. And then the guys in the show started peppering me with, what is the secret? And the truth is, I didn't have a secret. Of course, I didn't have a secret. There was a rumor about him that an untrue rumor that I won't even repeat now that it's so filthy. But I know that that's what Jack thought I was going to talk about. I would never do that. I would be walking right into a lawsuit. And besides, I was just making it up. That was beautiful because he backed right off. He backed right off. And it was the kind of thing where for a while we competed against him in the morning, but then we went to the afternoons. And he thought that we were going to lay off when we went to afternoons. When we went to afternoons, it was even more of a free fall because we could listen to him in the morning. We could listen and come in and report on what this guy was doing.
Yeah.
We would try to call him, at home during our show, during the afternoon show, ask him if he's listening, ask him if he's going to be ripping off what we're doing. And every time he would do that, I would always leave a message. And Jack, don't forget, I know your deepest, darkest secret. And I promise you, Jack, nothing would bring me more joy than to expose you for the heartless bastard that you truly are. What you did was so much worse than being pulled over with 2 joints in your car. How can you look yourself in the mirror? This whole thing, I'm making it all up. I'm making it all up. And he backed right off. He backed right off. Listen, like I said, I'm sure my listeners will be calling and texting today with many more Jack Diamond stories. On Friday, my timeline on Twitter and Facebook blows up with people from D.C. saying, hey, you must be happy today. The truth is, no, I'm not happy. No, I'm not. Because like I said, after Frida died, this guy and I came to a kind of an understanding. He had known Frida as long as I had. Jack Diamond was in my little group of radio buddies when I was growing up in Maryland, and he knew Frida, and he knew a lot of people, and it really touched me because we had made Jack Diamond public enemy number 1 on our show. Really, we had. Any chance to cut him an a-hole, we did it. And I'm standing there at Frida's funeral, and he walked through the door, and I just did a double take like, Are you kidding me? What are you doing here? And he just came over and he said, hey, I'll stick aside. And I was like, whoa, blew me away.
You talk a lot about the battles that you've had with a lot of radio hosts. Is there anybody that you still have a grudge with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
How's that for an answer?
Yeah,
yep.
Beautiful.
Yes, I do. But Harvey's not one of them. I wish him nothing but the best. And in typical radio fashion, guy worked at that radio station for almost 25 goddamn years. Whether I like him or don't like him, he made a hell of a lot of money for the radio station and delivered a lot of ratings. Wouldn't you think you would just give the guy one show, just say, hey, listen, that's it, my run is over? They did to him what radio people do. They fired him at 10 o'clock on a Friday morning. By 12 noon, every mention of him was gone from the website. Of course. Every picture, every link, everything is gone. And now they more music in the morning, and even worse for Harvey. The guy that used to be his like number 2, his sidekick, this guy Bert, the guy that we used to call the Rat Boy because he looked like a little rat, and all he ever did was walk around with this big piece of cheese. We imagine, go, yes, Diamond. What can I do now, Diamond? Hey, Diamond. He was supreme ass kiss. He left Jack Diamond's show to go to Atlanta. He got his own show, and that pissed Jack Diamond off big time. Well, guess what? Now in this world of radio that we live in now, they fired Jack Diamond, and they're going to be piping in the show from Atlanta, the Rat Boy show, the Bird show from Atlanta is going to be replacing him. So that's awful. Here's a quote from the text line. Dear Don, do you remember this Jack Diamond quote? I'm going to be the best single dad I can possibly be.
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's touching.
It is.
Yes, I do. She can remember. There was, as you all remember, there's a lot of personal stuff that went on there. A hell of a lot of personal stuff that went on with old Jack Diamond. He had his band and everything else. Dear Don, was he the one that wore the black cowboy hat in the studio? You know, I don't think. I want to throw him under that bus, under the cowboy hat bus, but I don't think so. And the other thing that was great about Jack Diamond was I would constantly make fun of him for his name, for his real name, Harvey Joel Fisher. Now, why he never came back to me and said, well, listen, Mike Source, I don't know why you're making fun of me, Harvey Joel Fisher. He never did. Now, I've never made it a secret to my audience that, of course, Don Geronimo is a fake name. Who would possibly give their kid that name? If I was coming up in radio today, if I was just starting today, I would go with my real name. But this is a fake name that I've had for 40 years, and it served me very well. And I'm sure the same thing with Harvey. It's just the way that he did his show, his listeners were always amazed that his name was Harvey Joel Fisher. And I would go into the whole three names, like, John Wilkes Booth. What is it about people with three names, Harvey? Was it, hey, thank you, this is Jack Diamond. The only thing I've killed recently is my career. There he is. You found a picture of him online, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. That's him. That's one of my biggest nemesises over the biggest nemesi.
Jack Diamond.
Nemesis.
Jack Diamond.
Nemesis.
So anyway, that's the update on him over the weekend. He got fired. That's too bad. I truly believe he's one of those guys. He's like a cockroach, though. He's a survivor. He'll come
back up somewhere.
He'll come up with another job. Absolutely. He won't be one of those guys running off to do a podcast. I was talking with a couple of people over the weekend about a podcast, and some people were saying, why don't you do a podcast? I'm like, why would I do a podcast? I do 20 hours of radio a week. Mm-hmm. The thought about doing a podcast, to me at this point, being on the radio is ridiculous. The reason you do a podcast is because you don't have a radio show. That's why you do a podcast. And there are a lot of people that go, hey Don, I listen like the Mark Maron, the WTF, that's a great podcast. I agree. It is great. It's 1 hour a week. It's 2 hours a week. He sits down. He plans what he's going to do. That's a big difference from getting your ass out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and coming in. Drew, am I keeping you from something?
No, I'm sorry.
I know. I'm just kidding. Right when I said that we get up at 4 in the morning, you had the big old yawn coming up.
Just shaking off Monday. But it's funny that you mentioned that because Pittman and I were actually talking about doing that. And the only reason that we would want to do it was because we can cuss on a podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But listen,
that's not the only reason.
So I was having this discussion with someone, like, why don't you do a podcast? One of my friends over the weekend, I said, because I do 20 hours of radio a week. Mm-hmm. If that's not good enough, I guess that's not good enough. And I'm still, until I get fired from this job or my next job or whenever I get fired, because everybody gets fired eventually, at that point I'll do a podcast. But until then, I like being on broadcast radio. That still is that's the teats for me.
If you have like a successful and a big group of sponsors behind you, like the Joe Rogan Experience. I mean, he's his own boss. That's the nice thing about the podcast, because it's his show.
Speaking of your boy Joe Rogan, he looked like he was going to puke after that fight on Saturday when Jones's toe almost came off. Now, that dude that he was fighting, is that the dude that I hung up on?
Chael Sonnen, yes.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad he got his ass beat. I thought so. I thought so. I was watching that fight on Saturday night, and what has happened to me now? All of a sudden, I watch all these UFC fights. What the hell happened to me?
I've been noticing you talking more and more about UFC. It's
yeah,
good,
well,
though.
there's a little more action. There's a little more action now, and I realized that this guy, what's his name? Who's the guy that lost?
Chael Sonnen.
All right, so this is the guy that we were going to have on the show about a month ago, and as always, we were running a couple of minutes late. So Joe told him we were running late. We came on the air, and I said, "Hey, dude, how you doing?" The first thing he said is something like, "God, how's anybody listen to this stupid show? You play so many commercials." So I hung up on him right away, and that's him. That's the guy.
Yes.
And once I realized that, I started watching the fight, and then I saw him go after Jones's toe. I was like, "Oh, you bastard! No wonder I hung up on you, you bastard!" And that toe, what did he do? Ooh. What did he do to that dude's toe in that fight, Joe?
He didn't do anything to his toe. John took a step back. It was like a freak. I mean, it seriously was like Kevin Ware, because it was just a freak moment where he took a step back. His toe caught in the canvas of the octagon, and it just rolled over and then snapped. He continued to fight.
Yeah, I know.
It took Chael down, finished him in the first round, and then Joe goes to interview him, and Jones's adrenaline is so high, and he's pumped up.
It looked like Rogan was going to throw up.
Well, Joe looks down, and they both look down, and there's a puddle of blood that Jones's foot's in, and they go, "Oh my God, John Jones broke his foot. We got to get him a doctor, get him a stool, blah blah blah." And when Jones is sitting down, his face starts to just turn white, and you can see like all right, my adrenaline.
And he's a black man.
Yeah.
His face was turning white.
My adrenaline's going away. I gave Don a picture if he has it. The adrenaline's going away, and I'm going into shock. And then finally he starts to pump himself back up, and he's fine. But
it's on Twitter, Drew. It looks like someone, if you look at the picture at first, it looked like someone has taken a piece like a piano wire and has wrapped it around his toe, and his toe's starting to come off.
Not only that, the bone actually did come out. He said he looked down and he saw white.
Take a peek. Yeah, there it is. Look at that picture, everybody.
The bone came out. The fight before that, Alan Belcher fought Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping's finger hit Alan Belcher in his already surgically repaired eye. And then all of a sudden, he goes to the ground. It was a poke in the eye. And you're like, is it that bad? Is it that bad? He opens his eyes, and nothing but blood is gushing out. And it literally popped his eye.
There are some pretty horrific injuries. Hey, Pittman, was it Randy Couture and Vitor Belfort, where Belfort caught Couture and ripped the bottom of his eyelid?
Yeah, and I mean, you've seen some crazy injuries. And Joe Rogan, there's 2 eye gouges on that card, and Rogan lost it. I mean, he lost it.
Like I said, he looked like he was going to vomit when he was looking down at that toe. Like he was. I was after the fight. He was like, "Dude, we got to get someone to take care of this guy's toe right now.
He kept freaking out. He's like, "We could do this another time." And he goes, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." And he goes, "We need a doctor. We need a doctor. Like, get up here now." And you ask him a question, and then he's like, Jones, you could tell is just like, oh my God, this is really starting to hurt. This is my bone is sticking out.
I'm watching this whole thing going, well, this is the guy that we hung up on good, and also the guy that I noticed all week, it's just talking about himself incessantly and talking about himself in goddamn third person. Yeah. Which I hate. I'm glad he lost.
It's shtick, though. That's part of his shtick.
Glad that he lost. From the text line, about Jack Diamond. Hey, Don.
Jack Diamond.
What about Clown Baby?
What's that?
Oh, now this is after he had left one of his wives when he was with another wife. He knocked her up, and he would talk about the baby on the air. He would talk about what they were going to do with the baby, and they didn't have a name for the baby, so they called it Clown Baby. Oh. Clown Baby.
That's
so I would play my clown sound effects. I'd do my Hi, Daddy. It's me, Clown Baby. I'm here in Mommy's tummy. Hi.
Is this when he said he was going to be the best single dad he could?
That might have been before this one. Okay. That might have been before this one. That might have been in a divorce time. Because he
gotcha.
He was battling Mike pretty fast as he who could get divorced the most times during a radio career.
They were racing.
Yeah. Hey, clown baby. Hey, hi, Daddy. It's me, Clown Baby. Yeah, Clown Baby in the morning with the best mix of everything in Mommy's tummy.
Clown Baby sounds like Elvis.
Well, that's kind of how Jack Diamond sounded. Yeah. Hey, Jack Diamond. Good morning, Jack Diamond in the morning. Because unlike Don and Mike, unlike Don and Mike, I care about my listeners. Good morning, right. Jack Diamond, Mix 107. Jack Diamond. Good morning, Diamond in the morning. Good morning from Jack Diamond. Hey, got your school lunch menu coming up. Good morning, Jack Diamond, Mix 107.3.
School lunch menu.
Hey, dude, listen, I'm not telling you anything that's just not 100% true.
No, I hear you.
All right, let me see if I got time in this. Sure, I got time in this break to get to the jail mail. And this is a big package.
Yes.
That arrived from Robert Mason.
His name was Robert Mason.
And he is Deuce Mason's dad. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, he writes us letters, not his son Deuce. And, this one comes with a book inside.
Oh, boy.
Let me see. This is beautiful. I love the jail mail from Deuce's dad. It comes on the legal paper.
Mm-hmm. The
yellow lined legal paper. And it's got that. Oh, and it's got a picture of guys in it. Oh, my God. Get ready.
Picture of guys.
Oh, boy.
It says, hey, Don, Phantom, Drew, Joe, Craig, and Joe. Enclosed, please find your newest Jesus comic book, Don. It's probably better than the ones of their youth. They are printed on paper now, not etched in stone.
Oh, I remember I was talking about that. Was that last week? Early last week?
Yeah, I was talking about how my mom would sometimes not buy me a Spider-Man comic. She would make me buy a Classics Illustrated comic books, and that's what it is. So he sent along this. It looks like a hard
graphic novel.
Yeah, and it's like one of those big soft cover, but it's as big as a hardcover book. Wow. And then it says inside it, Jesus signed my pardon. There's a little note inside that I guess goes to everybody in jail. Jesus signed my pardon. This I surely know. Took my place at Calvary. Now I don't have to go. All my life I'll give to him. He gave his for me. When he signed my pardon, there on cavalry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put some music to that, man.
That's nice. I
Rock
guess
out.
that's what they do when they get their stuff in jail. So that's the book. Thank you. Then he writes, Bolo Pittman, my burnout friends and myself used to call pot Bolo. It was an abbreviated version of bowl load. Packing the pooper. When I was arrested, I only had $200.
Doing a lot of there. Wow.
When I was arrested, I only had $200, so I bought some tobacco at the canteen. They still sold it back then. Then I got some rubber gloves, put in a pack of matches, the papers and tobacco into one of the fingers of the glove, tied a knot, and did that 4 times. Brought them here in anal storage unit. Wow. A pouch of tobacco goes for $100 here in prison.
Wow.
I figured Drew, the one to be the pack mule, his fingers are known for their stink. Trish Bell sounds like a female Space Odyssey 2000 computer. Ask her to say how. In the past year, 8 lifers convicted of murder have been found suitable for release and live in the Sacramento area.
Awesome.
Most murderers don't look like your standard television stereotype. Hey Don, can you pick out the killers in this photo? There are 3 in blue.
Oh, I love this game.
A great game.
You can eliminate me. I'm the one on the left. And as you can see, here's a picture of a bunch of guys inside the prison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. They're all standing in some sort of looks like a T-shirt press or
There's
something.
only one black guy.
It says,
No, there's not.
This photo is a graduation photo on how to use the equipment that is behind us. A wood wop.
A wood wop.
A wood wop.
Yes.
I don't know. Listen, I have a lot of Italian. I got a lot of Italian friends. That's like dropping the N bomb. That's the W.
Yeah.
That's the W bomb right
Can't
there.
say wood wop.
He's in prison. He doesn't really care.
Come on. Come on, Robert.
And then that's
Bobby.
and then here's the
Robert.
answers. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at the picture now.
All right.
Hold the picture up.
Yes.
Of these guys, what numbers do you think are murderers in this picture?
Okay.
Okay, and which one's Deuce's dad?
There's Deuce's. Oh, hold on, let me see.
He's on the left.
He'd be number 1 then.
It says, hey, Don, can you pick out the killers in this photo? There are 3 in blue. Eliminate me. I'm the one on the left. So this must be on the left. That must be him.
Okay.
Right
All right.
there.
All right,
Wait. You got it backwards. On the left, that means he's right there.
Yeah, it looks just like Deuce.
Because you were looking at the picture.
Oh, okay.
You gotta point
Now
it
is my left,
our
his
direction.
right. Sorry, I was doing it. Well, I'm dyslexic. All right, so there are 3 of these. Going number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tell me the numbers of the guys that you think. There are 3 of them that are murderers.
I say 3, 4, and 6 are murderers.
Definitely 4.
Definitely 4, the old guy, yes.
I say 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I'm with Joe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Guys.
3, 4, and 5. I'm going to go
2, 4, and
Number
5.
5 looks a little bit like our
Your
buddy Harlow,
murderers
doesn't it?
in this picture are number 2.
Yes.
Oh. Number 4.
Yes.
And number 6. Number 2. Number 4.
I pick out a murderer.
Number 6. What a motley crew they are.
I can spot a murderer.
Yeah.
What a motley crew.
I was thinking about Mr. Mason and Deuce yesterday as I was watching Arrested Development, and Job went to prison to try to sneak out because he's a magician, and he never had a game of catch with his dad. And so they finally had a game of catch where they threw the ball once before he got stabbed in the back.
When did he
That's wonderful.
He threw it one.
When did the new Arrested Development start on Netflix? Isn't that soon?
I believe it's I believe I'm keeping fingers crossed that it's like either it already happened or it's this month.
I don't think it's happened yet. And then, do I have time for some of this erotica stuff that the guy from China sent in?
Oh, why not?
It was this one is about Craig. It was a cool autumn day as the rusty old car motored through the dusty California air. Craig was behind the wheel. Craig moved into the deep forest filled with pine and oak trees. Thanksgiving with my family.
Oh, boy.
Well, they don't like people that much, Craig said to himself with a stern face. After that cross-burning episode, they don't seem to be welcomed in most parts. Craig continued driving for a few minutes until he saw the skull of a dead deer hanging on an old wooden fence. The name Harless was written on a raged piece of wood
Sweet home.
with the words, "Keep out," in red paint. Cautiously, Craig moved the car into the driveway path and drove near the small mobile home. A few dead cars in disrepair, a rusted bicycle or two, and an old school bus strewn across the yard. After passing the cockfighting chickens tied to their small houses, Craig made it to the front of the old shack. The mobile home seemed in disrepair and had been that way for years. Paint was peeling off the sides and the wood seemed to be rotting through. As Craig walked into the porch, a foul stench of dog urine, feces, sweat, and other smells entered his nose. He coughed and wheezed before he knocked on the door. "Hi there, Craig," said Mama Harless with a half-tooth. Grew that out.
Yeah, she doesn't use that word. No.
There's raccoons all over the property.
Yes, thank you, Phantom.
Yes, yeah. You want to?
"Hi, Mom,"
Oh, boy.
said Craig as he kissed his mom. "How have you been?" "Have you been?" Craig's mom took his coat. The smell was even worse inside. Papa Harless was sitting in his recliner sipping his beer as the football game played.
Oh.
"It's been a bad year," said Mama Harless. "Your father hasn't killed enough squirrels for the winter. The cockfighting hasn't been as good as last year. And I lost my job because of that goddamn Muslim president we have."
Ooh.
Damn.
"Well, don't worry, Ma. I'll try and get some more moonshine for you. I know you love that," said Craig as he sat on the sofa with Grandma Bev. Ma smiled and kissed her Craig. She walked back to the kitchen to finish cooking their meal. "Hey, Grandma Bev, where's my brother and sister?" said Craig as he looked around the room as if they'd been hiding behind the 20 years of old newspapers and 5 years of Cosmos stacked all over the room. "They'll be here when we start to eat." "I can't wait to eat," said Craig. A few minutes passed. Finally, Craig's brother and sister came into the mobile home. Craig's brother had broad shoulders and strong muscles from the years of playing sports. His body had been the envy of Craig and many women in Sacramento.
Yes, I'm so jealous of my brother's body.
Craig's sister, on the other hand, she was a tall brunette with beautiful blue eyes and perky breasts. Her loose-fitting blouse attracted a few gazes from the heartless men as she walked into the room. After handshakes and hugs, Ma Harless started to bring in the food. The smell of turkey, potato gravy, and hot bread filled the air, sweetening the already moldy, moist air inside the room. Ma called for supper, and they came to the table. Pa took a while, as the fat had molded itself to the recliner and made it hard for him to peel off. He got up and moved to the front of the dinner table. "Those damn blacks," he snapped. "First they messed with my basketball, and now they have them as quarterbacks." "Amen, Dad," said Craig's sister.
Funny.
Amen, Dad.
That hit home, Craig?
No.
"I had to cut a black guy's hair last week, and he was talking about how good that lesbian Ellen is. I want to slap him so bad." Most people had assumed the joke about Craig being a racist was only a joke.
Yeah. It is.
"That's enough," says Grandma Bev. "It's time for the family prayer."
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
"Dear God, we thank thee so much for giving us this food, even if that Muslim president keeps finding ways to keep us down. We thank thee for making me good, healthy children who aren't window lickers or potato heads." Well, I know that Craig's a little retarded, but it ain't his fault. I should have stopped him from eating those paint chips. I thank ye for this house, even if that Jew banker wants to take it away. I'll shoot that big-nosed banker if he ever comes back and takes what's mine. Also, bless us that Obama will get sick, so we ain't got no more Muslims in the White House. Please bless Pat Robertson so he can keep teaching us the truth about those Mary Jane smoking hippie homos, how they're destroying our country. And please bless us that the 49ers will win the Super Bowl again. Amen.
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 Get that in
That's just the beginning of the Craig story.
Oh, it's very good.
Here now is the beginning of the Drew story.
Oh.
The invitation said, again, these are written by a listener in China who's got a lot of time on his hands. The invitation said, "Come at 7," as I drove to Drew's mansion. It had been a few months since he had won the Powerball jackpot and $500 million. A great time to be the Hoff. He bought KHTK radio. He bought a new mansion, and we was living the good life. I'd been friends with Drew since high school and been to a few Raiders games with him. He finally invited me to his mansion now that it was finished. The invitation he gave me was very fancy with gold and silver lettering. At the bottom, he added, "Bring plenty of condoms." I knew this was going to be a great night. As I drove up to Drew's door, the valet came to take my car. She was a tall brunette with perky breasts. Again, there it is, perky breasts.
Yeah, what is my sister doing over there, man?
She was wearing only a leather top and leather shorts.
Yeah, that's my sister.
I gave her the keys, and she gave me a kiss on the cheek. As I walked to Drew's door, I rang the bell. Instead of a bell, I heard the loud, sensual sounds of a woman having her O. I pushed the doorbell again. The sound of the O screamed out again. Drew's maid opened the door. She was a short Asian woman dressed in a traditional French maid outfit.
Correct.
The lace covered her naughty bits, and her lips were as red as cherries. "Can I help you?" she said seductively. "I'm here to see Drew. I was given an invitation to see him." "Ah, you must be his guest. Come this way." She motioned as we walked into the living room. I could see there was nothing but small pieces of lace holding the back of her dress together, and her firm ass. I got excited at the thought of these hot women taking care of Drew. Well, hello there, Drew said with his Bane voice.
Well, hello there.
How are you doing?
Both of the women were laughing and smiling at his witty words. Hey, Drew, I said. It's great to see you. What you been up to? I said as he sat down on the sofa next to me, and both women sat close to him and rubbed his chest. He lit up a huge doobie and took a puff. I finally finished my mansion, and I want to let you be the first to try it out, Drew said, holding in another long puff from his inch-long roll. I know you're as big a deviant as I am, and I want my best friend to get a chance to get into it. Go upstairs. I have 6 doors. Behind every door is a sexual fantasy that I know will knock your rocks. I was already very excited after viewing him and his maid and seeing the 2 women molesting him. It didn't stop me. I knew something crazy would happen as I went up the stairs. The hallway was large, 3 doors on each end. Each door had a plaque on top and a number and a word. I wouldn't have time for all the doors, but I knew I should make a quick decision. And then it says, choose your adventure.
Okay.
And here are the 6 doors. Okay. Door number 1, and he's got a story for each door.
He has a lot of time.
Door number 1, innocence. Door number 2, homestead. Door number 3, voyeurism. Door number 4, enjoyment of cigarettes. Door number 5, sensual. Door number 6, ecstasy. Ecstasy.
No very good.
So listen, at some point during today's show, I'm going to come back to these stories without any notice. I'll just pick them up. Like at some point I might go. As the prayer ended, the Harless family started to move plates of food around. Oh. Everyone began to eat. They started to talk about work. Craig talked about working at KHTK. Craig's sister talked about her salon, and Craig's brother talked about studying at community college. It's been a hard semester, said Craig's brother. That Japanese teacher is hard to understand. I don't know how all those Mexican students can understand him. They'll all be digging ditches anyway. Such lazy people. Everyone laughed as they gulped down their food and enjoyed the humorous discussion. Well, Ma, I'm out, says Craig. Ma Harless smiled as she says, sit down, you're still hungry, and pour more gravy on his meat.
Oh. Squirrel. Oh. Squirrel. Delicious.
Innocence. As I opened the door, I saw a large bedroom. The room was blue with a large bed covered in rose petals. I could hear the shower running as I closed the door. Hey, hon, I hear from the bathroom. I'm just freshening up. Lie on the bed. I'll be there for you. I took off my clothes and lay naked on the bed. The shower stopped. I could hear her drying off. She finally opened the door, and I saw the biggest, blackest woman I had ever seen.
Innocent.
Now, are you ready, sugar, for my love muffins? Sugar. She said in her deep Southern voice. I guess so, I said, finally looking over the layers of fat falling off her skin.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Her breasts were triple G, and her stomach seemed to overtake the lower half of her body. Those are the beginnings of the stories about Craig and about Drew, buddy. I'll come back to them later in the show.
Nice job.
That's kind of autobiographical about the Harlesses.
It is.
That's all I can say about
It's
that.
a little too close to home.
We'll be back in a second, everybody, at 6:54. People are writing the new Arrested Development, May 26th. May 26th for that. We'll be right back, everybody. What the hell are we playing here in the background?
We're playing Zach Brown Toes in honor of John Jones Toe.
Oh, got you. Thank you. Be right back, everybody. CBS Sports Radio Sacramento.
Why are you taking him away? Where's he going? We kind of need to stick.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Have you seen my boy?
Yeah, your weird ass son's, I don't know, bus full of like happy people skipping around all over the place.
Does this mean it's halftime?
CBS.
Radio broadcast
Brings you
Don Geronimo.
Y'all named her after that movie.
Have you seen the movie?
Hold on. This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Yep. Seen it twice.
You know what? That is not funny. That is not funny, boys.
Crying into a bowl of ice cream while watching RoboCop.
Yep.
Don Geronimo.
Yep.
You can call the Don Geronimo Show anytime. 1-800-920-1140. 339-1140.
I'm ready.
He's ready
To believe you.
Come on, now touch.
Yeah. You're darn right. Are we doing weather here?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it at 7:05.
Brought to you by Cash Creek's Great American Cash Giveaway. $15,000 in cash drawings Every weekend in May, $90,000 given away Memorial Day weekend. Details at cashcreek.com. Sunny today, high of 93 in Sacramento. Low tonight, 58. Right now, 62.
Thank you, Phantom Buddy. Let me see. When are we going to hear something about the Kings? Is it today that gets leaked out today?
They are having a meeting today.
They're meeting today via conference call. They're going to issue a recommendation, but they have to wait 7 days to vote on it.
But it's going to get leaked. It's going to get leaked out, right?
The recommendation, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll get leaked.
I was just telling Joe and the guys during the break here. I've read so much stuff on Twitter. You don't know. I've been reading for the last week that it would definitely be leaked. At first, it was supposed to be Friday. Now it's today. Then I read over the weekend that we weren't going to get an announcement today. That it was going to be another postponement today.
No, from what I've been reading, the committee will meet, and I bet you it does get leaked because with the world of Twitter and all the other social media that we have. Someone will put something up on the web.
Yeah, but I tweeted Deuce that we got a picture of his dad, and so we started talking about it, and he brought up a good point. Why do people automatically assume that league owners and league sources, like people inside the meeting, is actually going to leak something? Why do people just assume that?
Well, they won't.
Good question.
Hold on, but I have the answer to that for Deuce. The owners won't leak it, but they'll tell somebody. They will not keep it in their pants. The owners will tell somebody will find out and leak it. I mean, don't forget it was David Falk's what is his daughter? His daughter that said something about them moving to Seattle months ago, and I got on the radio and screamed, "That's a bunch of crap! Who the hell knows anything that's going on?" And she was right. That's how things leak out. Yeah. So if it is today, I hope so. I hope that we get all of the KHTK. You're number one for leaks.
Nobody can keep their mouth shut.
Nobody covers a good leak like we do. 1140. Now, are you aware of this hockey guy, Don Cherry? This guy that's on
Don Cherry with the crazy suits.
Hockey Night in Canada, right? He wears the nutty. Yeah, he's like a white Deion Sanders is what he is. Well, he's on the Hockey Night in Canada show, and he says something on Saturday night about chicks in the locker room, and he's catching some grief for it.
Okay.
Let me pull it up here for a second.
That was a great ad. It's a terrific ad. That ad. All right. Now, you see this? Come on in here. Theron said you can't. When Randy Carlisle saw this.
And I know that you're like me and you want to think that America thinks of everything. We got Football Night in America. We stole that from Hockey Night in America, or Hockey Night in Canada, rather, which is their big show that airs
Saturday nights.
On Saturday night. Thank you.
We want you. What they're saying is, the reporters say, but
let me scroll into what he's talking about here.
This guy,
here we go.
Watch this little hit while I'll talk. Son of Mark. Last week he had 8 hits. Canadians had 15 called up from Hamilton. This guy caused the goal. Nice hit and everything like that. Hit Grabowski. Like I said, Winnipeg, Montreal had 15 hits. He had 8. They got a beauty in that guy.
6'6", 215 pounds. Hey,
at that point, he's just giving highlights. It's just dumb Canada hockey talk.
I know, I'm just screwing around.
But here we go now.
The Cup playoffs start Tuesday.
But I want to say something first of all. Okay, right. I want to say something first of all. My good buddy and a good friend of mine, Duncan Keith, is in a little trouble in Vancouver. And the reason was that he was smarty to a female reporter, and it just said something about you should be a referee or something, and the males, she didn't say anything, but the male reporters went a little nuts and everything like that. Now he's a sexist and all that stuff. I don't believe, and I really believe this, I don't believe women should be in the male dressing room. I know, wait a minute, I remember the first time it happened to me.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's when he's starting this little train of thought. Yeah. The dude that's sitting next to him kind of looks like maybe a little older Matt Lauer. Mm-hmm. His head just goes to the side like, oh, no, don't.
It's the same look I believe Seth Meyers gave on the 12-12-12 concert, 12-12-12, when that Drunk Uncle came out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like, what are we doing?
It's like, oh, Jesus.
Guys are walking around naked, and I hear this woman's voice. I turn around, there's a woman. She's asking me about the power play. I said, let's go outside. And she says, I'm not embarrassed. I said, I am.
Well, can we, you were telling me.
What do you say?
Well, I totally think a woman can be in the dressing room.
No.
But I do believe a lot of guys take advantage, and they are sexist. Duncan Keith wasn't even close. He was hot about the fact she was making a call, and he was saying,
wait a minute, you believe women should be.
Of course, Don. Like in any job.
Now, this is where it gets good, because this guy, Don Cherry, starts turning it around on this other guy, the contrarian, and starts saying, oh, really? How come men aren't in women's locker rooms? And then he mentions the name has to be either this guy's wife or his daughter, because he's saying, well, how do you feel if Kelly was standing there and she was naked and a guy came up to her? Here we go.
Equal opportunity.
Well, then equal opportunity, then why aren't men in women's dressing room?
Well, they should be. We'll fix that.
You want them to be in there?
Why not?
Well, listen, Carrie plays hockey, right?
Yes.
And she's a hockey player.
Yes.
And she's in taking a shower, right? And a guy standing there, she walks
Well,
on.
the showers is...
Right now, as soon as he says she's taking a shower, the other dude sitting there go, wait, no.
Wait, you're not getting the point of what he's saying. Yes.
The other dude is like, don't talk about my daughter in the shower, man.
Dude, that's not cool. Come on, Don. Don Cherry.
Nah,
DC,
cool,
come
man.
on.
So I turn around, there's a woman. She's asking me about the power play. I said, let's go outside. And she said, I'm not embarrassed. I said, I am.
Well, can we, you retaliate.
What do you say?
Well, I totally think a woman can be in the dressing room.
No.
But I do believe a lot of guys take advantage, and they are sexist. Duncan Keith wasn't even close. He was hot about the fact she was making a call, and he was saying,
wait
you
a
didn't
minute.
play, you don't know anything about it.
Women should be...
Of course, Don. Like in any job, equal opportunity.
Well, then equal opportunity, then why aren't men in women's dressing room?
Well, they should be. We'll fix that.
You want them to be in there?
Why not?
Well, listen, Carrie plays hockey, right?
Yes.
And she's a hockey player.
Yes.
And she's in taking a shower, right? And a guy standing there, she walks
well,
on.
the showers, as you know. But
whoa,
look,
and women play in those smaller arenas.
You can create a nice code of cutoffs.
Wait a minute.
If they're going to cover Gary's games, I have a problem.
Well,
but, at the Caston Campbell Pascal's dressing room, wide open.
Wait. You mean a woman? You want men in the dressing room with women?
Should be, of course.
He's so great. He's arguing like Bobby Knight from 1985,
Yes.
but it's okay. It is okay.
Well, they're not.
Crazy here, but
What, they're not?
Let's just agree that as long as there's a professional code, and I think the players violate it all the time.
Well,
guys,
I know.
Having fun, but they go too far.
I know, and the other sports, too, I could talk about it and everything like that. I don't feel women are equal. I feel they're above.
Right.
Well,
there you go.
I don't think that.
And I think they're on a pedestal, and they should not be walking in when naked guys are walking in, and some guys take advantage of it. I don't think it should be. That's the way I feel about the whole thing. Now, the playoffs.
Isn't that a great clip?
Let's move on.
It's awesome. Just a great clip. You put them on a pedestal. They don't belong in the locker room.
Yeah, I think he's a little out of line with that.
Of course he is. But listen, he's
Just
like
a little bit.
He is like someone from a time machine, for goodness sakes, in his dumb pimp suit.
Old school thinking.
Yelling about that. And I tell you what, he's right in this regard. He's right that there are still athletes, even in the year 2013, male athletes. You get a woman coming in the locker room, a guy will be standing there wearing a towel. As soon as a woman walks in, he will drop the towel. He will drop the towel just to see what the reaction is.
Yes.
And listen, first off, if I was an athlete, that's funny if I was an athlete. Second, I would have to have a much bigger penis to be able to feel good about myself to do that.
Of course.
Wow.
But if I did, I would be the number one guy doing that all the time. Anybody, Barbara Bush come walk into the locker room to congratulate us, I'd drop it. I'd drop it. My mom comes walk in the locker room and say, I'd drop my towel. Girl Scouts come into the locker room and listen, you should probably keep the Girl Scouts out of the locker room. Boom, towel on the floor.
I'd get in there, yeah.
Junk out.
Here's a Samoa for you.
And of course, guys will say, well, listen, if you put a man into a ladies' locker room, let the ladies walk around naked. We got no problem with that.
No problem.
We'll ask them all the pertinent questions.
There's no man that cares about women's sports.
It is interesting. The what he's talking about. Duncan Keith plays for the Blackhawks, and a reporter came in, and now he's pissed off because of what happened. They lost the Canucks that game, and she came in and started asking him questions. Now she's asking a professional athlete coming right out of battle. He's pissed off about the game, and she's trying to get a little smart with him in the interview. And he retaliates back, and he says, first female referee can't probably play either, right? But you're thinking the game like you know it. See ya. And he walks away. Now, he's just a pissed off athlete.
Right,
We've seen on ESPN or whatever how many times athletes have blown up at reporters. It's no different when it's a female.
Hey, listen, there's that dude I've talked about many times for the Washington Redskins, Dexter Manley, number 72 in your program, number 1 in your heart. Dexter played that game all the time. And if he happened to have anyone that he knew in the locker room, for instance, myself, if I would be in the Redskins locker room back in the day after a big victory, if there would be Sally Brennan, I think, was one of the first women in the Redskins locker room from the Washington Post. If he would know that she was in there, he would try to fluff himself a little bit. He really would, just to make an impression. Yes, Little Joe.
I've seen it firsthand myself going into the locker room before many years back, but Muggsy Bogues, we had a big group of people waiting to talk to him, and Muggsy Bogues, there's one woman there. Sure enough, he sits down, 5'3", and he like spreads his legs and whips his towel over his right leg so his junk is right there. And talk about a tuna can. I mean, he's like, hey, yeah, I might be 5'3", but look what I'm packing. And he wanted to show it off for sure. So, yeah, I've seen it before.
I've heard stories about Ron Artest doing very similar stuff to female reporters as well.
Yeah, I mean,
there was
guys out there that do that. Yeah.
There was a guy, I don't know, I got to remember the name. One of the many kickers that went through the Redskins. The kicker that I used to refer to on the air all the time is wearing Jesus sandals on the sidelines. This guy would sit in the locker room, and now I'm not saying that he would do this just to get women in the locker room. It was a regular practice. He would sit on his little stool by his locker, and he would lean down and he would shave his bald hair inside the locker room after a game.
Okay.
After a game,
Sure.
For goodness sakes.
Hey. Got to get done sometime.
Beforehand, no.
I
You
don't
got to
remember
wait
the
till
guy.
after.
I don't even remember the guy's name. Even though I don't do a sports show, I got another topic that's kind of sports. It's a list from Sports Illustrated that I loved reading over the weekend of the 20 greatest quarterbacks in movies. Okay, now if you stop and think about it, there's really not that many quarterbacks in movies. And here's a spoiler alert: Keanu Reeves is on this list at least twice. At least twice. Now a lot of these guys I had not heard of before, or I'm not familiar with. See if you can help me out on some of these. Number 20, the 20th greatest quarterback of all time in the movies is Johnny Walker, and that's Anthony Michael Hall from Johnny Be Good.
Yes, I remember that.
With Uma Thurman.
Right, remember he's like a high school kid that wants to go to college.
Right. Yeah,
get a scholarship.
he's really heavily recruited by Texas schools.
Number 19 is Joe Kane, and he's from The Program.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. And that's the movie where they laid out in the middle of the road, right?
Exactly. It's one of my favorite football movies of all time.
Does anybody remember this name from the movies? Cap Rooney. Who is Cap Rooney? Anybody?
Is that Dennis Quaid?
That is Dennis Quaid, Phantom, in Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
They got him
when
at
his wife punches him in the face.
Oh, God, his wife calls him a
awesome.
giant pussy, says, get back out there. They got him at number 18. At number 17. See, this is where this list goes sideways for me right here.
All right.
If you have Dennis Quaid playing Cap Rooney in Any Given Sunday, you mean to tell me that The Rock playing Joe Kingman in The Game Plan is a better movie quarterback than Dennis Quaid is?
I never saw that.
Can't comment on the game plan.
It's a kid movie. It's a stupid Disney movie.
And he's number what?
He's number 17.
But Dennis Quaid was a backup, so.
Number 16. Well, he was a starter at one point.
I know, but
though.
injury got him.
Willie Beeman.
Number 16 is Paul Blake, and that's Scott Bakula from the movie Necessary Roughness.
Kathy Ireland.
Yes.
Number 15 is Jonathan Moxon. James Vanderbeek
Varsity
from
Blues.
Varsity Blues.
That's an awesome movie.
Mox.
I forgot his name in that movie.
Yeah.
Has
the
to
Mox.
be higher.
Number 14, here's one that you will not remember. Rifleman. That is Walter Briggs. He was the quarterback in the Tom Cruise movie, All the Right Moves. Remember the high school movie? With Leah Thompson.
Yeah, Craig T. Nelson was in there. Yeah, he was
the coach.
Yeah.
Number 13 on this list is Ronnie Sunshine Bass from remember the Titans.
Yes.
Sunshine. Yeah, California boy.
With the long hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 12 is Shane Falco, Keanu Reeves in The Replacements. Yuck. Number 11 is Frank Cushman, Jerry O'Connell. Remember in Jerry Maguire? Mm-hmm. Cushman. And my favorite scene of that movie, one of my favorites, is when they're up in his big hotel room, and they know that they've already decided not to go with Jerry. Mm-hmm. And the phone's ringing, and Jerry O'Connell says to Tom Cruise, I got Cushman overload. I can't answer the phone. And he says, don't worry, I'll do it. This is Cush. And he picks up the phone. He goes, yeah, it is Cush. And it's Jay Moore on the other line, slimy Jay Moore, who says, hey, listen, if Jerry is there, sniff once. Okay, listen, you're great. Don't forget, you signed with the right guy. You're my man. I love you. Bye-bye. Click. Yeah. Ow! Great moment, because Tom Cruise knows at that moment
that movie again. It's been
that
a while.
he's screwed. He's screwed. Now listen, texters, why are you ruining it for me here? I don't need you to write that Keanu Reeves was Johnny Utah in Point Break and Shane Falco in The Replacements. I believe I told you he's on this list twice. Yay. Twice. Here we go. Number 10, top 10. Jimmy Dix. Jimmy Dix.
Yeah.
Who is that, Phantom? Do you know?
I know the name.
It's DIX.
Yeah. That's
Damon Wayans in the last
Boy Scout.
With
Halle Berry.
With Bruce Willis too. What a kick-ass movie that was.
A great movie. And they shoot the guy when
right in the very beginning when he's running on the field with the
Ain't
pistol.
life a bitch.
In the rain, right?
Yeah,
in the rain.
Yes.
Great game.
Number 8, best quarterback in the movies is Bird Williams from Wildcats.
Goldie Hawn.
See,
I don't think I saw that movie.
I wouldn't have had this guy in the top 20. They just needed to fill. Number 8 would be one of my favorites, Seth Maxwell. That's Max Davis from North Dallas 40.
Of course, Mac Davis.
Should be higher.
Based on Don Meredith. Number 7 is Willie Beeman.
Willie Beeman.
Jamie Foxx, Any Given Sunday. Number 6 is Joe Pendleton. That is Warren Beatty in the movie Heaven Can Wait.
Heaven Can Wait.
Dude, I've not seen that.
That's a good movie.
That's an outstanding movie. It's like the Rams circa Vince Ferragamo era. That's it, like the 1970s, 1980s Rams. Number 5 is Keanu Reeves again. Johnny Utah in Point Break.
Johnny Utah.
Number 4 is David Green. That is Brendan Fraser in School Ties.
Oh, yes.
School Ties. Number 3 is Paul Crew.
Oh, yeah.
Longest
Burt
Yard.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Burt Reynolds, Longest Yard. Number 2, and this one I don't get, Flash Gordon. It's Sam
Flash Gordon?
Sam S. Jones from Flash Gordon. I don't know why they have Flash Gordon as the number 2 quarterback.
Was he a football player before he became Flash Gordon?
Yeah,
I believe that's what
I got no idea.
Flash
He
Gordon.
was All-American or something?
Yeah, you watch Ted. You would know that Flash Gordon is a quarterback who's going to say.
That's how I remember
I
that,
remember them referencing Flash Gordon and Ted, but I've never seen the movie. I didn't know he was a quarterback.
But that's probably why he's so high on this list is because of Ted.
Yeah, Joe's right.
Yeah, there you go. All right, there's a picture of him. Thank you there, Drew. And the number 1 quarterback, and again, this is why these lists are so great. They're so subjective. Reno Hightower. That is Kurt Russell in The Best of Times. Where he's the football, the high school football player.
Robin Williams is in
throws the ball to Robin Williams in the last
Taft
play
High
of the
School.
game.
Yes.
What a lame list.
Where did you find that list?
Sports Illustrated. The brand new Sports Illustrated. They got 20 of them in there. I think maybe 10 of those are decent. And if you stop and think about it, there's some that didn't make the list, and I'm sure we could come up with some of those. And please, nobody write in and tell me Adam Sandler. I don't want Adam Sandler on my list as one of the great quarterbacks of all time. I would go with the guy from North Dallas 40, number 1. And I'd probably go with, just me, subjective, I would go with Willie Beamer as the number 2 guy.
Yeah.
Willie Beamer.
That's your favorite football movie, Any Given Sunday?
Yeah, that in North Dallas 40 is very, very close. Yes, and people are now writing in that Flash was the quarterback for the New York Jets.
Oh,
the Jets.
He got cut today.
And hey, Don, that was Master Billy Blanks that shot himself at the beginning of the last Boy Scout.
No way, was it?
Billy Blanks?
That's what it says.
He wasn't shooting blanks.
Hey, Don, was this from the text line? A female reporter issue came about at Penn State 15 years ago when a female reporter sued for access to the locker room. Blah, 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 blah. Penn State said a woman shouldn't be seeing 17 and 18-year-old guys naked. Right? It should just be the coach.
What about 12?
Dude,
just be the coach.
Dude, he's right. It is Billy Blanks.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Hey, another one. I don't know if he was a quarterback in that movie. Was Phantom? What was the one with Everybody's All-American with Dennis Quaid?
That was Dennis Quaid.
I thought he was a running back.
Was he a running back in that movie?
He was a running back. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a good list. You know what I'll do? I'll put that up on Twitter and Facebook so everyone can chime in on that. Over the weekend, the big story was the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I had given this saying I'd given it a little bit of hope because Conan O'Brien was the host of it this year. I watched some of it, and it was pathetic. As always. Now, I don't know exactly what it is that I'm looking for here. I guess what I'm looking for is somebody like Jeff Ross hosting this. Then you'll have someone coming out and really making fun of Obama and really making fun of the Republicans and really making fun of the whole process. But that's not the case. Conan tried. I'll just say that for me. He tried, but even when you watch the clips, Conan looks a little... he's in awe of his surroundings, and he's a little intimidated,
overwhelmed
by what's going on around him. Right. Prez tried to be funny a whole bunch of times. Here's one that did make me laugh. I give Obama credit. Number 2, please listen to Obama. This is big joke from the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Cut 2.
How do you like my new entrance music? Rush Limbaugh warned you about this. Second term, baby. We're changing things around here a little bit. Actually, my advisors were a little worried about the new rap entrance music. They are a little more traditional. They suggested that I should start with some jokes at my own expense.
Here we go.
Just to take myself down a peg. I was like, guys, after 4.5 years, how many pegs are there left?
Go to cut 3, Joe. Go to cut 3. This is where he makes a joke about himself. Cut number 3
Look,
for Prez.
I get it. These days I look in the mirror and I have to admit, I'm not the strapping young Muslim socialist that I used to be. Time passes, you get a little gray. And yet, even after all this time, I still make rookie mistakes. Like I'm out in California, we're at a fundraiser, we're having a nice time. I happen to mention that Kamala Harris is the best looking attorney general in the country. As you might imagine, I got trouble when I got back home. Who knew Eric Holder was so sensitive?
See, he had me at Muslim. The rest of it was a bit too much there. Here is Prez goofing on Conan O'Brien, and you had to know this was going to happen. They make a joke about Jimmy Fallon. Cut number 6, please, with Obama.
I want to give a shout out to our headliner, Conan O'Brien. I was just talking to Ed, and I understand that when the Correspondents Association was considering Conan for this gig, they were faced with that age-old dilemma. Do you offer it to him now or wait for 5 years and then give it to Jimmy Fallon?
Damn it. Listen to the crowd and these rich people. Ooh.
All right, hold on. Here is Prez now making fun of CNN on cut number 8. Cut number 8.
And of course, the White House press corps is here. I know CNN has taken some knocks lately, but the fact is I admire their commitment to cover all sides of a story, just in case one of them happens to be accurate.
Ooh, you gave it to him there, Prez.
He's killing the room.
I guess they were embarrassed about the whole Obama is a devil thing. Of course, that never kept Fox News from showing up. They actually thought the comparison was not fair to Satan.
I want to tell you.
The problem is that the media landscape is changing so rapidly. You can't keep up with it. I mean, I remember when BuzzFeed was just something I did in college around 2 a.m.
I want to tell you, that's wild. That's wild
He's
stuff.
got that room rolling.
That's wild, wacky stuff. Hey-oh. How about Conan? You want to hear some Conan?
Oh, yeah.
Why not? Let's
Here
roll.
is Conan O'Brien about CNN's low ratings. Cut number 12, please. 12.
When it comes to television news, we have a divided media landscape. Okay, Fox News is watched by conservatives, MSC is watched by liberals, and CNN is watched by the people who clean the offices at CNN. Oh, it gets worse. CNN's ratings are so low, now when the logo comes up, James Earl Jones says, "You're watching CNN?" What the hell? I have to say, in the past few years, CNN has made some very odd moves. For example, they replaced the popular Larry King with one of the scheming footmen from Downton Abbey.
Downtown Abbey.
Yes.
Thank you, Grant.
Slides right into that show. Oh, Lord Grantham. Oh, you'll get yours, Lord Grantham.
You know, I don't get. You hear it in the background. Like, why are people uneasy when he makes fun of stupid CNN?
Because they're just rich.
Because it's Washington.
Yeah, and they're
know,
just
but
rich people. And they don't want anything
Jesus.
offensive.
Come on, CNN stinks. He's right about that. Okay, let me see. Anything else? Conan on Fox News and the Huffington Post. Cut 13. Conan
My
O'Brien.
prior experience has taught me how these dinners work. If the president laughs, everyone laughs. And if the Fox News table laughs, a little girl just fell off her bike. Yes, all the Washington news media here tonight, including the stars of online journalism. I see the Huffington Post has a table, yeah. Which has me wondering, if you're here, who's covering Miley Cyrus's latest nip slip? Who's assembling today's top 25 yogurt-related tweets? 7 mistakes you're making with bacon. That's a real one, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. By the way, just before dinner, I tried to say a quick hello to Ariana Huffington, but she made me watch a 30-second ad first.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Conan's better than that, man. But that's a tough gig. That is a tough gig because you got to play to all the ass kissery going on in that room, man.
And you really got to lighten everything up and clean it up. And I think he tried. Sounds like he tried the best he could.
And everybody you're making fun of is sitting right there.
Right in front of you.
So that's why there's the ooh.
That's why you need someone like Jeff Ross out there who's got the balls, just come out and go, hey, Mr. President, N-bomb, how you doing?
I thought he tweeted that he was there.
Jeff Ross?
I don't think he performed, but I thought he was there.
Was he joking?
Probably. Oh, he had to be kidding. I don't think they would invite Jeff Ross. I saw they always try to have the craziest celebrities from the moment there. I saw your boys from Duck Dynasty were there, and the question is, were they going to wear tuxedos or not?
Did they?
I don't know. I didn't see them. I just saw a report that they were there. And
Why the hell would those guys be there? That's weird.
Because they always want to invite the celebrity of the moment. Whoever's hot.
AJ Clemente's in the front row.
That's a good question.
That's not a bad idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was there. I did see the usual suspects. It was Barbra Streisand, of course. Spielberg was sitting right up front, like this was the party that he's always wanted to be to. Oh, it's hilarious! It's so funny. What they should do is they should either take it like to the Friars Club, where you can just let it all go, or do it without all the people there. I mean, just do it with an audience, just do it with an audience of just White House staffers.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see.
Very watered down with everyone standing there.
People from inside the White House standing up saying all the stuff that they see that goes on. And I realize that'd be a way for you to check out of this life once and for all. That'd be one hell of a show, though. One hell of a show. How about awkward moment with Conan, number 14. Oh, Conan on an awkward seating mistake. Number 14. 14. Excuse me.
Pittman's throwing his arms
You know
up in
what?
the air.
I'm having trouble with my internet connection right now also.
Oh, there it is. You got it? What?
Yeah.
What,
Hey,
Joe?
Yeah, the mic's on.
What?
Hey, you almost.
What was that?
Well, it's like everything runs fine, and then all of a sudden, you got to go into the hard line of the internet. You can't use the wireless.
Yeah, and I've got a hard line right now, and I'm still not.
I've got a hard line down.
Getting things going here.
Also, I'd like to acknowledge that earlier this evening there was some confusion with the seating chart. For a moment, someone accidentally sat Governor Chris Christie with the Republicans. That was awkward, and I apologize. Very awkward.
See, now listen, the people are like booing at that. Why are you booing? And I'm getting a dumb text here. Hey, Don, the White House dinner was funny. They can't be too racy. Well, sure they can. The guy that had the best joke was Obama about the Muslim. I mean, I would love for someone else to come out and make a joke about him being a Muslim.
But he's the president, and so Conan hit it on the head when he said, when he starts to laugh, everybody else says it's okay to laugh.
I know, it's just
you know how that
ass-kissery.
is? You're surrounded by all these famous, rich people who hold themselves way up here.
I understand that it's the phoniness of the moment. It's the fact that they are selling it to you as anything goes. Everyone's going to roast the president and roast what's happened over the last year. Anything goes. These are our funniest comedians. Let him have it.
These people, I believe, don't really have that big a sense of humor. They don't know how they would feel or react to that because no one approaches them in that way.
Well, I know in Conan O'Brien's case that he's been working on this gig alone for like 3 months with who's that writer that we had on the show?
Leon Cole.
Right. He's been working on this nonstop. He didn't even do his show last week, so all he could do was prep for this. That's how uptight about this he was. I don't know. I think it's time to get rid of the whole thing.
They wouldn't pull any punches if it wasn't being recorded.
That's
they would
true
go ahead.
too.
They would nail each other if nobody knew anything about it. But they know whatever they say, everybody's going to hear, and that could affect them in the future. So they don't do it. They pull punches.
We got to open it up. First, you got to have an open bar. Second,
absolutely,
not a cash bar. It's got to be an open bar. And second, you've just got to have everybody sign a disclaimer when they come in saying that you can cuss. No one's going to hold this against you. Your constituents are not going to know that you dropped the F-bomb.
Right, and the people who don't want to hear that, they don't have to come.
Exactly.
And I would even appreciate it more if it was something that we, the little people, the dirty, the real people, even if we couldn't see it, I'd feel better just knowing that it really happened.
Yeah.
That Obama had to walk away from that and say to Michelle, "My God, I just got my ass kicked." How
would you react around all those people like that? You turn around, there's Barbara Streisand. You turn to your right. There's President Obama.
I would like to say, I would like to think that I would have the balls. See, but that's where I got to be
on the run.
Band on the run.
Anderson Cooper standing right there giggling at you.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if I would have the ball. Now, listen, if I had a couple glasses of liquid courage and maybe some of our medical stuff to help me.
Be drug out by security.
Yeah. Maybe.
That's the place you want to do it, yeah.
Maybe you would. But, I don't think that I would just tee off on Obama. I think that I would use it as an opportunity to tee off on everything that's going on and all the people in the room. I mean, all the people in that room that are guilty of doing something against the American people, that's 95% of the room, for goodness sakes. And the only guy that I know that's done anything like that is Norm Macdonald. And Norm Macdonald got killed after he appeared at that thing. He just got killed. So I guess they're never going to be able to do it the way that I want to do it. So blah blah. Okay, Conan. Yeah. I know Conan thinks that that's a big deal to do that. That it validates him and makes him a real boy like everyone else in late night TV. So good for Conan. I root for him, but that stunk. One more clip here that has nothing to do with the White House thing. From the Ellen show on Friday. Now listen to this. Gwyneth Paltrow was on Ellen on Friday. I still can't believe that she's the most beautiful woman in the world
and the most hated,
according to People magazine. But listen, here's one reason I will like her a little more, and you will like her a little less, Drew.
Yeah,
she lets it slip out that on the Ellen show that maybe she doesn't groom as much as you would like her to down there. Down there, you know what I'm saying?
No wonder.
Let me hear cut 19. Ellen and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Just appears you don't see anything in the area where you'd see it.
Underwear?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of had a disaster. I was doing a show and I changed there, and I went and I couldn't wear underwear. I don't think I can tell this story on TV.
Now you told it.
Well, let's just say everyone went scrambling for a razor. And so I went from being the most beautiful to the most humiliated in one day.
No.
You certainly don't take care of yourself if you're...
Look who's talking.
It was just the side of your legs. What is going on with you?
I work a 70s vibe, you know what I mean?
That's my girl.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't.
But why?
Okay, and cut.
Not a fan of vagina hair.
Completely inappropriate.
I love it. I love it.
And I'm offended.
There was a picture of her in a dress that was like sideless.
A very sheer dress,
and you
right.
could tell that she didn't have anything down there. And I think that's what Ellen's referring to.
Well,
she's completely...
She doesn't shave, Phantom.
Yes. Well, she does because they showed the side picture and there wasn't anything there and you could tell.
They were looking at a side picture where it appears she has nothing there, but then she
Uh-huh.
was saying that she's got something going on. And that brings another story about Cameron Diaz. She was on... You ever watch that show on BBC America, The Graham Norton Show?
I know who Graham Norton is.
It's a really good talk show. She's on that show. Play this cut of Gwyneth Paltrow last year on the Graham Norton Show. Same topic, her bush, or another girl's
I have a
bush.
girlfriend who is obsessed with having a 70s bush. I mean, she is obsessed with it. And when she takes a bath, it like literally sways like seaweed.
Like seaweed?
Our girlfriends were like, would you please just trim it, please. I can't take it anymore. But one time we had like a total, we took her into the bathroom, we pinned her down, she had just gotten out of the bathtub. One of my girlfriends had a pair of scissors and a comb, and the other three of us were holding her down like against the wall, and our friend was in there like...
That's a great story.
Yes.
It was really one of the funniest.
I had a different ending to mine, but...
It's like a romantic comedy
Not
for
everybody
Drew.
came out alive.
Cameron Diaz is looking old. I know she's 40, but she's looking 40 now.
Yeah, she's not the most beautiful woman.
No. She was.
She might have the most beautiful vagina, though.
Oh, that would be nice to see.
Maybe, yeah.
Let me see. Oh, hair. I get it. Hair by the councils. Back to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Someone writes, Dear Don, don't you know Seth Meyers killed a few years ago? Pull up his jokes about Trump. Gold. Listen, I don't disagree with that. What I want is someone that's going to make fun of both sides. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know that Obama is in power now, but Seth Meyers just makes fun of the other side. I want someone to get up there and skewer Obama, skewer the Republicans, skewer the Democrats, kill them all. Let God sort them out. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Hey, Don, what about Stephen Colbert? He takes the cake for awkwardness at a White House Correspondents' Dinner because the conservatives that invited him in didn't realize he was just a character. Yeah, I got that too. It's a tough flipping gig. I don't know what to tell you about. It's 20 until 8. We'll be back with something totally different. Maybe a phone scan, everybody. We come right back. Don Geronimo on CBS Sports. Yeah, waiting for it. Sacramento. We'll be right back.
It's that Kapuya! What? Ran to my rescue, but then I called my mama.
That makes much more sense. Keep on swinging. This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Man, them jokers were big, doggone.
Yeah.
Presents.
Liter of cola? What? Liter of cola?
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Order a large farba. I don't want a large farba. I want a damn liter of cola. I don't know what that is. Come in.
Number one in creepy listeners, the Don Geronimo Show.
Right.
You can call the Don Geronimo Show anytime. 1-800-920-1140. 339-1140.
I'm ready.
He's ready to believe you.
Which story you want me to go back to? The Drew story or the Craig story?
Oh, let's see what happens at the great Thanksgiving dinner.
I want to hear the Drew story.
As the prayer ended, the family started to move plates around the food and lay the food on their plates. As everyone started to eat, they started to talk about work. Craig talked about his work on KHTK. Craig's sister called her hair salon. And Craig's brother talked about studying at community college. It's been a hard semester, said Craig's brother. You might remember this part. That Japanese teacher is hard to understand. How those Mexican students understand him, I don't know. They'll all be digging ditches anyway. They're such lazy people.
Jesus Christ.
Everyone laughed as they gulped down their food and enjoyed the humorous discussion. Ma Harless says, Craig, I sure do like you. You're a good son with that big penis you have.
Well,
glad your mom mentioned
yeah,
that.
well,
Right?
she knows.
Ma Harless said as she smiled and poured more gravy on her meat. At the end of the meal, as the family was finishing their pumpkin pie, Pa Harless stood up and began to speak. All right, everybody, it's time for the...
Thank you.
Somebody... Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Somebody whispered to Craig, what games are we going to be playing? Before Craig could answer, Pa took the first piece of paper out of the hat. Pa Harless, he shouted, showing his name on the piece of paper to the whole family. He reached in and grabbed another name. Ma Harless, he shouted as everybody smiled and clapped. You see, after every Thanksgiving dinner, we have sex games. We draw names, and that one person has to give pleasure to the other one, says Craig. Ma Harless was already down to her underwear, and Pa was already naked. Ma undid her bra and took down her panties, laid herself on the table, and was ready for her loving husband to take her to Ecstasy Land. The family cheered Pa on. It took only a few minutes before completion. Grandma Bev handed paper towels to the two as they cleaned up and got dressed. Pa quickly grabbed a name from the hat and announced it to the room. Craig's brother's name was called with his sister coming afterwards. Both viral young adults, viral.
Well, that too.
It went viral, yeah.
V-I-R-A-L, spelled the same way, and I'm used to viral videos.
No, I hear you.
Not viral. Both viral young adults quickly disrobed and started kissing.
Oh,
boy.
They got on the table and made love. Their hands and mouths moved all over each other like a poorly made porno.
Oh, no.
And the smell of Harless sex was starting to overpower the room.
It's not that
Smells like bourbon.
Sister was a nymph, though, and she wanted all of what her brother had to offer.
Oh, my gosh.
It didn't take long before Craig expelled his seed, and both collapsed on each other in ecstasy-sweated enjoyment.
Oh, God. That's disgusting.
Craig was involved in that?
Yeah, she is a piece of ass,
That was
dude.
brother. That was okay.
Grandma Bev yelled Pa as he looked out with a smile. He then grabbed the next name out of the hat. Craig.
Yeah.
You're up, boy. Even though Craig was excited about the after Thanksgiving festivities, he was not happy to be the catcher in this game and not the pitcher.
Oh, Craig.
Grandma Bev got undressed and was handed a strap-on by Ma Harless. I'll come back to this one
Oh, bravo.
later in the show. Again, these are stories that were written by one of our listeners in China. And here's the one about Drew that I'm going to pick up right where we left it off.
All right.
Before I could get up, she started to lay on me. I almost lost my breath at the amount of black fat on top of me. She smiled at me with half her teeth missing and proceeded to rub her breasts. I ain't in the mood yet, she said. Let me kiss you for a while. The smell of breath started to whiff towards my direction as she spoke. It smelled of day-old cigarettes and Colt 45. I almost gagged as she started to kiss me. I wasn't sure why I was still engorged, but she started to put my love factory into her factory as she kissed my neck. Why couldn't we just use your baby maker? I pleaded to her. Oh, no. As she continued love making.
No.
I've already got one in the oven. She smiled and started to gyrate her hips, stopping every few seconds to take a break. She started to moan. I was about to complete her job when I felt something wet. Oh, no. My water is breaking.
Oh, dear.
I screamed for help and tried to get off her. She pushed me back down and whispered in my ear, I've always wanted to make love while having my baby.
That's a tremendous idea. What a sick freak writing this, dude.
What I love is this text on the very top from the 209. I just tuned in. What the F, Don?
Monday.
Well, this is why you got to listen to the whole show. These are stories that were written about Drew and about Craig from a listener in China. And I said that I would stop reading them. At some point, I would just start reading them again, and I'm doing that now. I always wanted to make love while having my baby.
I don't know that I've heard that sentence before ever.
I was a bit in shock and pleasure as she went back to making love to me. I could see she was enjoying it as she moved from sexual pleasure to the pains of birth. All I could do was lay there and watch as her weight pinned me to the bed. After a few minutes, I saw what looked like a head.
Oh, dear.
The baby's coming out. Keep pushing. She pushed and gyrated, screaming in ecstasy and pain. I just hoped the best and tried to play doctor. She grunted and screamed, and finally both achieved, and the baby popped out. As I wrapped the baby in a towel from the bathroom, I handed it to her. She smiled and cried.
Jesus.
I asked her what she will name the child. I don't know. I can't keep him because the state says I'm not a good mom. You keep it. She got up, dressed, and left me with the baby. That was a great souvenir for a crazy sex adventure at Drew Hoffer's mansion.
People get a T-shirt.
Yes. Or some kind of VD.
Okay,
Well,
so we're
some strain.
We're going to pick it up next time. Remember now, the next time we pick it up, the guy's gone to Drew's house. He's been to Drew's mansion. Drew's got him hooked up with a black chick who's pregnant. They've had sex, and she's just had a baby while they're having sex. Meanwhile, in the Harless home, it's Thanksgiving, and Craig's up. Craig's up with Grandma Bell to have sex at the
and I'm the receiver
to have sex at the Thanksgiving Day.
Oh,
table.
very creative.
All right, thank you, listener in China. We talk a lot about the Jerry Seinfeld show on this show, and here we go. Do you know that on Seinfeld, Jerry went through 57 different girlfriends, and you got to love this. An artist has now combined them all into one composite face. I'm going to put this on Twitter and Facebook so you can see. Here you go. This is what they think she looks like.
Oh.
Now, you may look at that and think what I thought. Well, that kind of looks like Shelley Fabre from back in the day.
From the Donna Reed show, sure.
Yes, or Coach. She was Craig T. Nelson's wife on Coach. There, Joe was nice enough to pull me a picture of Shelley Fabre. So there's the real Shelley Fabre.
Yeah, there is a resemblance.
And there's the chick that is the composite of all of the women that dated Jerry.
Yeah, that looks just like her.
On the Seinfeld
Except
show.
without the curly hair.
That's it. Put it on Twitter and Facebook for you later today. Here we go. Dear Don, please keep reading those stories. Please keep reading those stories. Listen, I'll get back to them. Now, every single tax line says, please keep reading the stories. I'd rather get back to the news of the day. In New Jersey, cops just busted a woman. Listen to this. She pretended that her kid had cancer to get $3,500 in donations. But even worse, she lied to the kid and told the kid that he had cancer. Susan Stillwagon of Pennsylton, New Jersey, arrested for pretending that her 9-year-old son had cancer. She lied to the son and told him that he had cancer, Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 3. The police caught her after an anonymous tip. And this is where you got to wonder who she told about this. Who she told, because it's obvious she didn't tell the poor kid. But she had to tell somebody, right?
Yeah, to get her $3,500.
Because what I mean is the tip. Somebody gave her money, and then maybe somebody after they gave her the money said, "You know what? I don't feel real good about that. Maybe little Johnny is not really sick."
Exactly.
So is it better to tell your kid he has cancer if he doesn't, or to not tell your kid has cancer if he does?
Oh, you got to tell him. You tell the kid if he has cancer, but my God, that's like the worst thing you can do is to tell the kid he's got it.
Terrible if you didn't tell a kid
when he doesn't. Here's another one. Oh, you're talking about me there. I know who you're talking about. Me, you are. You're talking about me.
Nice.
There's
talking to Craig.
There's a website.
We
here.
have that mom, by the way.
You have sound of her?
Yeah. Now her daughter is sick.
Oh, for real?
Well, that's what people are speculating.
You have sound of her? All right,
Yes.
let me hear it, please, Joe. Lay it on me.
I will just tell you that my daughter is sick. Something snapped in her head. Don't know what. That's why she's where she is, so we can find out what's wrong.
Yeah, now
Who's going to believe her now?
That's the problem. I mean, if you make up a lie about your son, your blood having cancer, and he does, it's a sick woman.
And she is a fat pig. Look at that.
Of course.
You found her picture online. Look at that.
Yeah,
and who is the pixelated face? Is that the kid that doesn't have cancer?
That's the boy.
Jesus.
What a.
Yeah, people like that are the worst, man. They're the worst. There's another website I want to bring to your attention today. The website is called Hommy Mystery, HOMME I'm on the website right now, and the reason that I'm on the website is that it's a company in Australia that sells lingerie for men. And when you're on their website, as I am right now, you can look and you can see products for men, men's panties, men's G-strings, men's bras, men's lingerie, and men's stockings and hosiery.
Sexy.
Let me go to the men's bras because, of course, the guys that are in the picture on this website are not big, fat loads. They're all guys with six-pack abs. You have the Flower Power bra. You have the China Doll padded bra. Now, why would a man want a padded bra? It says bras, men's bras. Browse through our large collection of bras designed specifically to fit men. Available in a number of prints, colors, and sizes, from underwire support and padded cups to sheer lace and stretch fabric.
I don't know. The same reason you get a C-string.
What the hell is that you just found?
That is a C-string.
Great question.
It's a thong for.
That is a thong for a men's genital.
Yeah. Yes.
The up front part. Here's what it says about testimonials on this site. Read reviews and testimonials from happy customers. Customer testimonial. I love the range. Please keep it coming. My boyfriend and I love it. Now, see, I don't know if they're marketing these for gay guys or straight guys. Here's another one. I recently received my bra and panty set. Good quality and fits well. Thank you for the body stocking. I decided it's time to update my winter wardrobe. It's new and it's fun. That's from Richard in the United States. Gary in the UK writes, thank you for the prompt response to my inquiry about a men's bra.
Dude, this is weird, and I think it's geared for straight men because on the picture on the front of the website, it's a guy pillow fighting in underwear with his
Right, but you know what, though? I think that has to have been pasted because there's no way in hell some chick is going to be into a guy wearing women's panties and
Here's a testimony.
No,
a testimony from Australia from David. My sister liked my French affair bra and matching panties so much, she stole them from me and won't give them back. I see you've sold out the knickers in medium. If you get some more, would you please hold a pair for me?
What the hell is
Jesus.
going on?
Our
What the
products,
hell is going on?
all products.
What the hell's going on?
We have a wide range of panties and G-strings for men, along with a variety of lingerie garments, including bras, nighties, stockings, teddies, and camisoles. Look through the store, read what our customers have to say, view care instructions, protect your delicate new garments. Or go to frequently asked questions.
I'm buying this for you. This is a pink teddy. I'm putting it on Twitter right now.
You would look good in that.
It's a teddy bear.
I'm buying that for you.
Here are some of the frequently asked questions about a lingerie site for men. Here are some of the FAQs. Please use a real person for your pictures. Why do you use mannequins? What if I'm not happy with my purchase? Can I return the garments? Why should I buy my male undergarments from you? I am worried about confidentiality when ordering. You are so far away. I'm not sure about ordering my men's bra from Australia.
Down under.
Your prices do not show my currency. Your sizes are not large enough for me.
God.
You should cater to your gay customers as well. I'm just browsing your store, and I do not understand why men would want to wear lingerie. Well, that I'm going to click on that and see what their answer is.
What the answer?
This is goofy.
Okay. And their answer is, it's fun, it feels great, and it makes choosing underwear each day a little more enjoyable.
No.
Okay.
Boy. Please use a real person for your pictures. Why use a mannequin? Update. We are now using male models as requested for most pictures. Why should I buy from you? We understand what you want. We provide a personal service with advice on sizing. You're so far away, ordering from Australia. Where's the one about if you're too fat? Hold on a second. Oh, your sizes. Oh, my God. What the hell is that?
That is a picture on the website of a guy chilling out on the couch, watching TV with his lady. Her head is on his shoulder, and he's in a pink teddy.
This has to be for
so happy.
This has to be for today's modern gay or transsexual or cross-dresser or whatever we're going to call it here. Okay.
Leslie Michelle.
Your sizes are not large enough for me. We try to cater to a broad range of customers. It's impossible for us to have everything in one size. Based on the submissions in our survey, we try and cover from 28-inch to 50-inch measurements. We're conservative in our sizes. If you're not sure, send us an email and we'll see what we can do. So, like, if you're really gigantic and you want bra and panties, they'll make it for you. You should cater to your gay customers as well. Answer, we do provide lingerie for guys. We are not concerned if you're gay, straight, vegetarian, Republican, Martian, or any other persuasion. We just design and manufacture attractive luxury underwear for men.
Luxury.
Ugh. You should get your products to the U.S. for distribution. We now have distributors located in Utah in the United States.
Out of all places.
Wow. Yeah, the land of people with funny underpants.
How do you decide what you're going to make next? We look at what's popular within the store. We look at new fabrics and to see what to make. We get substantial feedback from visitors on what they want to see in the store. Jesus, let me go to men's stockings and hosiery to see if
I've been there, and it's.
Are you kidding me? These are not like socks. These are like the sexy stockings that you give, like fishnet stockings.
Yes, like the elephant trunk that you see.
Yes. How about the silicone stay-up industrial net thigh highs with lace top? Those are only $34.26. And again, the picture, it's a guy. It's a guy wearing these fishnet stockings. Silicone stay-up industrial net thigh-high stockings for men with a red lace top. Jesus. What about new products? The scrunchy bra for men. What the hell is a scrunchy bra?
Why?
The size large, medium, large, XL. Product description. It's the bra you've been waiting for. Based on our sheer bra, the scrunchie is soft cup, no underwire, and designed to follow the contours of your physique. The scrunchie will fit a broad range of sizes, so if you need advice, contact us. It's a perfect match for the scrunchie brief. And it goes all the way up to XXL, which is up to 50 inches. And then I'm seeing now the C-string you were talking about, Drew.
Yeah.
The C-string, it's in white, it's in red with black trim. Rose teddy, a full G-string, and a thong teddy. Joe, I'm going to send you this. I'm going to send you this information. We got to see if we can get an interview with these people, and we got to get some of this stuff to give away on the show. I'd love to.
What would you like to give away, Don? How about a C-string or a C-string? Yeah,
I'd like to give away the scrunchy bra.
Okay,
and maybe give away a teddy, like a rose teddy. And then, yes, everybody that calls the show on Sunday should get a C-string.
Yeah, some of those fishnet stockings.
Or the hot pink crotchless G-string / thong.
Jesus.
$40.
The website, there it is. Drew just found that. The website, if you're wondering, it's, I just had the name of it. It's, how do you even say it? It's HOMME. MYSTERE.
Home mystery?
Mystery. Lingerie from you find
Homestead.
There you
French,
go.
probably.
Here you go. Here's a question for you guys. What's harder to give up, do you think? Cheese or oral sex? Cheese or oral sex?
I don't know. Oral.
Depends how much you love cheese. Here's the answer.
Are you giving or receiving the oral sex?
Yeah, very good question.
People love receiving. It's receiving oral.
Okay.
So if you had to choose between the two, which would you give up, eating cheese or getting oral?
Well, I've already given up one, so.
Right, because you're married.
You got to love a good ham and oral. Yeah.
Let me see. Here you go. 42% say they would give up oral before they would give up cheese. 30% say they would give up cheese before they gave up oral. And here's the people I wonder about, the 28% that just dodged the question, didn't want to answer the question.
Can't figure it out. It's too hard for them at that moment.
What does that mean?
Don't make me choose.
Women chose cheese over oral. 46% of women said that they would give up oral. That's just because most of us don't know what we're doing down there.
Yeah.
Before they would give up
for
cheese.
yourself, though.
Cheese, I was speaking for myself. Cheese won with men as well. 36% of men said they would give up oral before they would give up their cheese. And only 30% chose oral over cheese. So your story there is everybody loves cheese.
I guess.
Cheese, we love cheese. Oh, and I got one last story that maybe I can follow up with a phone call here. Oh, I say I do have a phone number. Great. Earlier this month, there's an 80-year-old lady down in Florida went to a fundraiser, and in every champagne glass, it had a cubic zirconia in it.
Okay.
One of the glasses had a $5,000 diamond at the bottom, okay? So you get it?
Okay.
You go to this thing, everybody gets a champagne glass. One of them's got a free diamond. Everybody else has a fake diamond. The woman accidentally swallowed the stone in her glass, and of course, it was the real diamond, the one that she swallowed. They had a colonoscopy 2 days later, and the doctor mined it out. I love that. He mined the diamond. He cleaned it off, put it in a biohazard bag. Of
course.
And the lady took it to a jewelry store, and they said it's the diamond, and it didn't affect the value of the diamond
at all.
Nope. Let me try to call the Tampa Women's Club that ran the event. The woman that caught the diamond and then had it released, she's 80. She's 80.
Oh, coming out of that old wrinkly ass.
Right, 1-813-839er. Okay. Calling the world, calling the Tampa Women's Club, and I don't know the name of the woman. Oh, here you go, Miriam Tucker. Miriam Tucker.
Hello, Miriam.
She's 80.
Hello,
She
Miriam.
was drinking her champagne. She accidentally swallowed the stone. Of course, she had the actual diamond. Come on, big bucks. No whammies.
Nothing.
What the hell? Oh no! What the hell? All right, let me try that again. That phone sounded awfully sickly, didn't it? Yeah. 1-813-839. There you go. Masterful dialing by me. Masterful. Here you go. Come on, Tampa. Tampa Women's Club. Come on. Where's Miriam Tucker today?
Yeah.
Come on, baby. I want to find out about mining her ass.
Tampa Women's Club, Janelle speaking.
Yes, hi, Janelle. Good morning. This is Don Geronimo calling you from CBS Radio in Sacramento, California. How are you this morning?
Good, thank you.
I'm wondering, is Miriam Tucker around today?
No, they're normally not at the club, no.
Is that the woman that had to be mined to have the diamond come out?
Yes.
Can you tell me something, ma'am? I'm so curious about this. How do you mine somebody to find a diamond that they swallowed?
Oh, I don't know I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, but...
Well, no, I'm reading a news report here that says you had a fundraiser. Everybody got a glass of champagne. Most of them had cubic zirconias. There was one diamond. This poor lady accidentally swallowed it, and it says right here in the news report, when her doctor was probing around up there, he mined the diamond.
Well, she had a previously scheduled colonoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
During the colonoscopy is when they actually found the diamond.
Oh, so she didn't realize she swallowed the diamond.
No, she knew she swallowed it.
Okay.
She thought she swallowed it. She swallowed something, but she wasn't sure if it was the real thing.
It was just lucky she was going to have a colonoscopy.
Yes, that was previously scheduled, right.
Just lucky. We don't know. It wasn't a blood diamond, was it?
No.
Okay. Kind of making a joke there.
That's good.
Because I'm a...
She liked your joke.
She did. She chuckled.
She did like you.
I'm a DJ. Any idea how much that diamond is worth?
It was $5,000.
Jeez, $5,000.
Wow. Do you know what she did with the diamond?
I'm not sure what I know she's planning on keeping it in the family.
In the family. Oh, so
Really
she
in the
does.
family,
She
yeah.
does get to keep it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hers.
I don't know if I'd want. Could you ever put that on your finger? Could you ever imagine a circumstance where you?
I don't know.
Yeah, me either, honey. Me either. I agree with you. All right. Well, I just wanted to call. So this is the place. She's not around now.
No.
What's happening there at the Tampa Women's Club? What are you doing today? What's on your agenda today?
Oh, just normal business.
Like what? Give me. Was it like a tea party? You sit around and watch The View, and then.
No. I'm the office manager of.
No. I meant for all the old cows that are in there. What do they do today?
They're not here today.
The cows aren't there. All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I think you lost her at cows.
Yeah.
No, I think I had her at cows. I think I had her at
pretty
cows.
good.
For goodness sakes. I think she's probably one of those people that you would you'd never want to send your mom to an old folks home because of somebody like that lady.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Where is she going to put that diamond on her finger, around her neck?
Hey, if they clean it up, you can put it on
Still came out of your ass, though.
Salt, polish it up.
While she was drinking her champagne, she accidentally swallowed the stone. And of course, it was a diamond. She figured out she'd swallowed the diamond after lunch kept going and going, and jewelers kept going up to the table to examine the stones, and the diamond never showed up. So finally, she had to raise her hand and say, "Hey, I think I drank it."
I got you.
Fortunately, like the lady said, she was scheduled for a colonoscopy 2 days later, and while the doctor was probing up there, he mined the diamond.
Mined it with dynamite and
cleaned it off, put it in a biohazard bag,
headlamp,
and she took it to a jewelry store.
Lowered into her ass.
Listen, here you go. They confirmed it was the real diamond, and the adventure did not affect its value. It's
There you go.
Valia.
It's still $5,000. Very
You
good.
bet. All right, got a break. Come back, everybody, with a phone scan. How about that? It's 8:16. Don Geronimo right here. CBS Sports Radio, Sacramento.
It's that Kapuya! What? Ran to the rescue, but then I called my mama.
That makes much more sense.
Keep on swinging!
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Man, them jokers were big, doggone.
CBS.
Presents.
like a giraffe trying to go through a little hula hoop.
Now, let's meet our returning champion. This is the Don Geronimo Show.
You look like you're doing a crocodile move. Show him my shoes.
Nothing but dopey stuff. The Don Geronimo Show.
Hi there.
You can call the Don Geronimo Show anytime. 1-800-920-1140. 339-1140. He's ready to believe you.
Yeah. Timing, that's his middle name. Joe Timing Ardinger. Here is Phantom with the weather.
Brought to you by Cash Creek's Great American Cash Giveaway. $15,000 in cash drawings every weekend. In May, $90,000 given away Memorial Day weekend. Details at cashcreek.com. Sunny today, high 93, low of 58 tonight. Right now, 65 degrees.
Thank you, Phantom. So what'd you do this weekend there, Slow Joe? Did you get yourself all ginged up?
Just beer.
Just
no
beer?
vodka this weekend. No Bloody Mary this weekend.
No Bloody Mary?
I woke up on Saturday. I was like, maybe not today.
What about the green leaf?
You know.
Yeah, I know. I
Did
know.
you tell me you had stuff to do?
I had stuff to do, but I blew it all off.
What did you have to do?
Because Joe and Craig and I went out for beers on Friday morning.
Friday.
Make yourself a toilet out of wood. What'd you have to do this weekend? Make yourself a nice outhouse?
Yeah,
What'd you have
make
to
an
do?
outhouse.
So you went out with the boys, huh? You went out and had a Friday night? I thought you wanted to go out with
we
them,
had
Drew.
a Friday afternoon.
I did. I was asking him all week. I'm like, dude, let's hang out this weekend. And he blows me off.
We
for
went
Craig and
guys.
Well, it's funny because we went. They invited me to lunch, and
Not
I had some
funny.
things to finish here on Friday. So I go meet them up at this place for lunch, and I go, "You guys already eat?" Because I was running late, and they go, "No, they don't serve lunch." I was like, "This is super. All right." Had a couple beers with them. Then, but Friday night, I sent Joe a text because I was out and about, and Laura was working, the kids were gone, and I was at the station
So you're a
finishing up some
single,
stuff.
successful guy looking for a Friday night date.
So I went through all of my list of friends, and everybody was busy. So finally got to Slow Joe, and I sent him a text saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" So he's like, "Hey, come on by." I got that text late, and I was already on my way home, and I call him up, and I was like, "Hey, man, sorry." And he goes, "Oh, man, I was really hoping you could come by because Jerry was going to come over, and I wanted you to be the proof that she's real."
Jerry, the invisible make-believe Manti Te'o house cleaner that you have.
Other personality.
We hung out on Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
Right.
You and Jerry did?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's new out at your pool?
What's new at the pool?
How's the talent?
Oh, there is some new talent.
Is there?
Seriously, yeah.
So do you sit in the corner of your little one room, looking out the window, just pulling up the blinds, looking at the girls out there, and going, "Oh."
No, I just walk out on the patio because that's the luxury of having.
But you understand, from my standpoint, it's funnier for me to think of you in your little one-room efficiency. Just basically, you got a picture of him by. See, now that ruins it, Drew. Drew took a picture of you that he's showing me now at your place.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't like picturing you sitting there by a pool with a real wrought iron gate and everything.
Yeah.
I pictured you in a little tiny brick efficiency where you just crack open the window a little bit and you see a girl down there by the pool and you're just going to town.
Right,
You know what I
because
mean?
that's what I'm all about.
Can't you see him, though, peeking over this little wood rail that looks out over the pool, smoking a
Yes.
cigarette? Very creepy old man.
Yeah. Sure.
Acting like it.
Are you still getting laid on a regular basis? You not been laid since we were at the Bunny Ranch?
Right.
Right. Right.
Both of those
That's
are
a
right.
confusing question. I shouldn't ask that on the radio, right?
No,
It's okay.
That's fine.
It's okay. Whatever happened with the other one, with the one back east?
Oh,
Found out about the Bunny Ranch?
Yeah,
we never talked about it on the air, but you told me off the air that she found out about the Bunny Ranch, right?
Right. Where nothing happened.
Where nothing happened.
Never does, yeah.
To be honest, we had a little bit of trouble, but I guess we're still friends. I mean, what are you going to do? I'm here, she's there.
Friends.
I'm never going back.
chest of another whore.
What? What?
You asked, what are you going to do? I said, frost the chest of another horse.
Jesus.
This guy, he's got some balls.
He does.
And this is only Monday. Imagine how ornery he's going to be on Friday. Because you know,
right?
Joe's already pissed today. I don't know why, but I could tell when he walked in. He was
it's
pissed.
just everyone around here is just in a weird vibe because of the whole Kings thing today. So everyone's just kind of
That's true, too.
walking on eggshells.
I'm excited about it.
Y'all really think that there's going to be a definitive answer, a leaked answer
No,
today? I
no,
would
of
guess that
course
we don't
not.
even get a leaked answer today. I
If
really
anything
would.
gets leaked out, it'll be we need another 2 weeks to discuss this. I just want off this ride.
Yeah, I'm definitely like into it, and I've only been here for a year and a half, but it's definitely got my attention. I'm psyched.
So you want to get laid again?
Sure.
Sure.
How badly? I mean, I'm just wondering on a scale of 1 to 10 how much are you jonesing for it?
I don't know because it's 50-50 because I know that if I get a girlfriend, then I have to pay attention to her, and then I can't do my own
Who
thing.
said anything about a girlfriend? Just somebody to play along with your ding-a-ling for a little while.
There you go. Thank
Jesus.
You know
girlfriend.
any? You know any there, Craig?
I know a fella or two.
Oh, very, very smart. Very sharp of you there.
Let me see who's Lee.
Can't get
Hello.
anything by you.
Hello, Lee. Good morning, Lee.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, buddy.
NBA insider Don Geronimo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Fly on the Wall Phantom, who gives you the scoop. Hey, check this out, man. So if Mr. Collins is gay, if I understand correctly, most NBA teams travel on the road and usually put 2 guys to a room.
Yeah.
I wonder what his typical roommate on the road is kind of thinking now.
Oh, wait, hold on. You get
Dude, it's not like he's gonna come up behind him while he's sleeping.
You get homophobic much? I mean, I got to think whoever the roommate is knows that he's gay and has to be cool with it.
Here's the thing, though. Those guys are tall, right? So they got the double beds in the room. One guy gets a boner, it probably reaches the other bed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely right.
That's a good phone call.
That's really good. Well, why don't we dive into a phone scan? That was such a good start. Why don't we just dive right into a phone scan? My favorite part of any radio show that we do, your live unscreened calls. Here we go. Last person on the phone scan today is going to get a copy of UFC 145 on DVD with John Bones Jones when he still has his toe. Returning to the octagon to face former title holder Sugar Rashad. Sugar Rashad. You know, when I hear that name, guilty. Sugar Rashad. You'll win this DVD if you're the last person on the phone scan today. Phone number 339-1140, 800-920-1140. Good luck. Dial now, you animals. A time for a phone scan. And here we go. I got 2 topics, as always, for you to get the phones top hopping. My first topic is Ask Me Anything. My second topic this morning is Who's your favorite captain? Because I got a list of quite a few. I like Captain Picard. I like Captain America.
Crunch.
I like he's a good one. Although that's Captain, C-A-P-N.
Captain.
I like me some Captain Kirk. I like me some Captain Kangaroo.
I like Captain Ron.
I like Captain Tennille.
Well, that's you. So those are my topics for you.
I like how you laughed at your joke.
Who is your favorite captain? And Ask Me Anything. Drew, what's your topic on the phone scan today?
What is the most feminine thing that your girlfriend has ever got you to do? Deuce Mason, the great Deuce Mason, told us a brilliant story during the break about how his girlfriend at the time made him wear a pink shirt. Was it to a dance pitman that said I?
No. It was their anniversary in high school.
An anniversary in high school. And
he had a shirt that said I love Nay, and she had a shirt that said I love Dave. And on the back, it had
date on it.
The
Look
date.
at him laughing back there.
It was a pink shirt. And they wore it. They paraded it around.
I want
in high school.
I want him to explain this to me. Hold on a second. I didn't follow this story all the way. Hey, did you get the letter from your dad?
I did.
The jail letter? Okay. So explain to me, what is the deal with you and this high school girlfriend? What is with the shirts?
Yeah, so it was like senior year of high school, and she had this brilliant idea of making these hot pink shirts that she made up, and one said I heart Nay, and the other, and I had that one on with 10/12/02 on the back, which was the anniversary, and she had one that said I love Dave, and I actually went to high school with it on.
Oh, Jesus! Man. That's like the equivalent of the shirts that, like, I'm with Stupid, that has the arrow pointing at the other.
I just said that, yeah.
All right. So whatever happened to her? Let me rephrase the question. Let me rephrase the question. When did you decide to cut her head off?
Well, we broke up 5 months ago.
5 or 6 times, yeah.
Yes. Never mind. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Was it a high school girl?
Yeah.
So you're dating a high school girl 5 months ago?
No.
Long time ago.
We met in high school, freshman year of high school.
Okay.
It was a very long relationship.
Yes, it was.
Right?
Yes.
What a queer shirt.
It was.
So you
He
wore
said it was a queer shirt.
So you wore the shirt that said
Yes.
you love her, and she wore the shirt
hot
that
pink.
she
It was
loves
pretty
you.
light.
That's really nice.
Still have
Thanks,
it?
Vance.
No, it is nice.
It's his workout shirt now.
Yeah.
So what happened in that relationship?
Sold it to
Do you
Noodles.
mind me asking what happened?
It's just, came to an end.
Why did it come?
17 years.
Why did it come to an end?
Well,
I love this.
I mean, just complicated.
Really? Yeah. Rarely simple, Deuce.
Yeah.
Rarely simple.
Now look at this. What's this top text say? Hey, Don, ask Deuce why he's been calling out your David Stern voice.
I have not. I
You've
just
been
said it
calling
wasn't
that
a
out?
very good David Stern.
Have you been calling that out? You calling
It's
that voice
funny. I
out?
love it, but
You calling that out the way I'm calling out your girlfriend? Your girlfriend, I might as well call you Orenthal. Orenthal Mason, O.J. Mason. Cut her head clean off. Clean off. Hi, Deuce. Hi, Deuce. So she's a high school girl.
not anymore.
She was a high school girl.
At one time, she was.
She was
yes.
once a high
Yes.
school girl.
All right, dude. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the story.
See you later.
Dave.
Bye-bye. Dave Deuce Mason. Where were
we all know the answer to why they're
Yes, we do.
Your topic, Drew, was?
The most feminine thing that your girls ever got you to do.
There you go. Phantom Buddy, how about a topic for the phone scam?
Don, Iron Man 3 comes out on Friday. When I think of the third movie in a series, I always think of Godfather 3, how horrible it was. Give me an example of a third installment that was good.
Return of the Jedi.
That's a tough one.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Craig Harless, what is your topic for the phone scan this morning?
Okay, this goes back to last week when we were talking about that German fragrance vulva.
Yes, sir.
Whose vulva would you like to have in a bottle?
Right. Everyone is now writing down their answer because no one wants to say it.
Can we just have the scent and not the actual vulva?
Yes, that's fine. Yes, the scent of the vulva.
How do you spell receptionist?
Yes. B-L-O-N-D-E.
Little Joe, what is your topic for the phone scan?
We were talking about Seinfeld a little earlier ago. He turns 59 today.
59er.
Yeah, so in honor of that, what current comedian would you like to see have their own sitcom like Seinfeld?
Come on, Louis C.K. Are you kidding me?
He already
He's
has
got
it.
one.
Dear Don, Deuce still remembers the date? Question mark. Hey, Deuce, here's what happened. Morgan happened. Oh,
Ding!
Hey, Don, they broke up because he couldn't produce. Ha ha. Get him, little Joe. Tell Deuce he's a fag.
Deuce, you're a fag.
Then people are writing in Captain Morgan and Captain Save-A-Ho.
Captain Morgan, that's the answer to two questions.
And finally, the last topic on the phone scan this morning. Let's go to Slow Joe, who's always got a great one for us. Slow Joe.
Okay, they're going to make an extra day to the week, an 8-day week. What do you name the day?
Are you just making this up that they're making an 8th day of the week?
Yeah.
No, they really are going to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, they are.
Where did
Right,
you...
Joe? It's in
Gonna
one of his
lead off my
conspiracy
news.
books.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Is it will
Why
be
don't we
a
just-
work day?
Why don't we just call it Joe Day? Just make it Joe Ardinger
It's too
Day.
easy. It's
Slow
too
Joe
easy.
Day. All right, there are your topics. You know what we need now? We need an impromptu song. You got a song for us, Joe?
Betcha.
I thought you might for the phone scan.
Well, it's Monday's phone scan, stupid bitch. Monday's phone scan, yes, it's Monday's phone scan, 339-11-4800-920-1140, because it's Monday's phone scan, yes, it is, stupid bitch. Monday's phone scan, so call 339-11-4800-920-1140. So call in because it's Monday's phone scan. Yes, it is. One and only Monday's phone scan, stupid bitch. Monday's phone scan, 339-11-4800-920-1140.
Yeah, it's a good song, Joe.
There you go. Thank you, Joe. That's great. Now, remember, everybody got a copy of UFC 145 on DVD for the last person on the phone scan. To make it a little easier, we always try to come up with a topic or two to help you through your dialing process. Here are my topics. First, ask me anything. Second, who's your favorite captain? Drew, what is your topic?
What's the most feminine thing your girlfriend has ever made you do?
Phantom.
Best movie, part 3.
Craigers.
Whose vulva would you like to have in a bottle?
The scent.
Slow Joe. Little Joe. I'm sorry, Little Joe.
Current comic you would like to see have his own sitcom.
Oh, you wrote...
I wrote 3 names down.
I bet one of them is a cross-eyed reporter from TV?
Only one.
Only one is. And Slow Joe, what's your topic, Slow?
You know, Amy is a little cross-eyed as well.
So is Black
Mine is they're going to have a new day of the week, 8-day week. What is the name of the new day?
All right, here we go at 339-1140. 800-920-1140. What, Joe?
That's the dumbest question ever.
Right. Well,
no.
He always has the best questions, man.
Do you have a name for the day?
His New Mexico question was dumber than this one.
That's pretty dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, his one when he used the big words last week. The big
he's
words.
defining the words for us.
The big words that I
was a
can't
good
remember
one.
right now.
Yes.
That was
My name for the day was Straw Day.
Oh, like bombastic.
Yes. What was your name for the day?
Straw Day.
Straw. S-T-R-A-W?
No, straw.
Straw.
S-T... Spell it, please.
R-A-S-T-R-A, Straw Day.
Why Straw Day?
Because it's an extra day.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Hello, phone scan. Good morning.
Oh, no.
Hey, Don, Mark Kreidler checking in.
Hey, Crides.
Hey, Mark Kreidler. Good morning.
Save us, Crides.
Hey, I thought I'd answer Drew's question about the most feminine thing that my girlfriend's ever gotten me to done.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, Kreidler.
Well, that was having him pump the pasties into me.
Pump the pasties.
Pump the pasties. What the hell does that mean?
You know, like frost my face.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I got a message. Hold on
Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
That was Frost. There you go. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
Oh, God.
You're welcome.
That was Frost.
That was the name of his extra day.
That answers every question.
That was,
Is that enchilada?
That's
Wait, it's over here
It's got
now.
to be round table.
no, it's not.
Hold on.
There's no meat in that. No meat in that fart.
No.
That's a meatless fart.
No.
Vegetarian lasagna?
No, it was noodles. We had noodles for dinner last night. Literally, we brought them over to the house. We
ate
cut them up.
noodles?
We had them. We had like
a lot left over?
You know, like noodles, like the kind you get like at a Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
Like lo mein.
chow mein.
Chow mein.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Yes.
That was a big one. That was a big, gigantic one.
You
It really was.
might want to
Sure.
check yourself after the
She
show.
doesn't have to.
I think I'm okay with that. Don't worry about that. You know what I worry about is I've been doing this all day. I feel like I got a booger right on the inside of my
Let me check that out.
of my right nostril. No. I just keep kind of going at it like that so no one sees exactly what I'm doing. I just keep kind of tugging at it with my knuckle so no one sees what I'm doing because I don't want to actually put my finger up there with you guys watching.
Go ahead,
Why, we
man.
wouldn't say anything.
Just turn around for a second.
Won't know.
What would he do?
Hey, how you doing? I just realized I turned around to go scratch my nose, and there's Deuce right in the other room, looking right at me. Yeah, that's right. And I also realized now that when I put the microphone right up to my tremendous ass to give you a little blast, that's what he gets a beautiful view of, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's your girlfriend? Did she see that? Where's Morgan?
She's making T-shirts.
I would hate for her to think any less of me.
I don't think she's in today.
I was waiting for him to point down.
Yes. She's underneath the console.
Follow up. Here's the follow up hit.
Oh, here we go.
Second single from the album.
Second single from the album. It wasn't as big a hit as the first one, but still a good tune.
That first one was Billie Jean, and that one was called "Beat It." That's from my ass called "Thriller."
That's like an extended B-side right there.
And you know what? There was nothing in the microphone. I'm giving that microphone the old once over. I just about gave myself a Dutch oven last night. I didn't even realize it.
In the heat?
Yeah, I'm up in bed like 8 o'clock. Janet and Oscar are still down watching TV. I've got the covers. I can't decide if I want them on me or off me. At one point, the covers are on me, and I just let go with a big old beefer. And when I pulled back the covers, it's like this thing just came invading my nostrils. You know what I mean? It's like for a moment, I almost had empathy for my wife laying next to me in bed all these years.
And they're going to get worse the hotter it gets. It's going to get worse and worse and worse.
You think it has something to do with the
I
heat?
think so, yeah. Absolutely.
Air density?
Yeah.
Molecules can't go through the air as easily.
Makes sense.
I was flailing all over the place. I just did the busy all, so you have to give me just a moment to get these phones going again.
No problem.
Is the fart.
And what is that? Y'all hear that?
I hear the little buzz.
The fuzzy.
Yes.
Now, is that because I noticed earlier today there was a problem. We took a phone call, then the call dropped off, and it just went to that.
Is there a day that we're not going to have equipment failure?
And why is it when I turn on like Grant's show? I hear Grant take a call. I never hear or that other thing that we get sometimes, that hum that's like
yeah,
right, like a microwave's on.
Yeah, I never hear that on the other shows.
I don't know, man.
I never hear that on the other shows.
I don't know. Uncle Don, maybe we can fix it.
Yes, it'll be done by straw day.
You see, what the boys are talking about is when anything breaks in here, we have an engineer. His name is Mike Da Silva. He's a good guy.
Great guy.
Good dude. He will come in the studio, and he stands there, and he salutes. You know, he's like, hey, good morning, guys. Is everything okay here? And I never have the heart to tell him, listen, everything is broken in here. Everything is, every day, everything is broken. Even right now, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what's the dealio here. Because there's something, maybe I got to do that. How do I reset this stupid thing?
I got to unplug that green plug.
Christ.
Give it a minute.
And what the hell goes on in this radio station on the weekend when we come in on a Monday and we got to do the total reset on microphones, on all the settings, on the telephone,
computers, on the internet? You have to restart everything.
Boondocks.
Well,
maybe.
What is Boondocks? Who is that?
It's a Keith Brooks show.
Yeah, it's the Keith Brooks show.
And a very funny cartoon also.
Jeff Tarbell.
Jeff Tarbell is in here as well.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff Tarbell is a dear friend, as they say in the mobster movies. He's a dear friend.
Well, so is Keith.
Friend of ours. I never heard of that guy before. So I can't vouch for him because I don't know who he is. I feel like Johnny Brasco.
Nah, he's trying to get his chops.
Super guy.
Yeah.
What is this? Who? Jesus Christ.
What is going on?
I'm trying to reset the stupid telephone.
You got to unplug it.
You know what's good is that we have every piece of equipment that we have that's broken in here has got a sticker on it with a
barcode.
With a barcode on it. So CBS will know this is a piece of broken equipment from the Sacramento station.
It's one big phone made of other phones that already broke.
Do you remember?
Phone.
Were you guys working for CBS? I know that I was back at the other station when they went through the whole thing company wide to have every piece of equipment with a barcode on
cataloged
it. It was just
inventoried.
Goddamn ridiculous.
Everything, and it had the Y2K sticker as well on every little thing with the barcode. It was
company
unbelievable.
was so afraid of Y2K. All right, hold on a second.
How'd that go?
How do I?
Yeah.
Now,
all right. Is that okay?
To reset now. All right, now it's coming back to life. Hybrid 1 to 4. Talent menu. Dial. Volume. Busy all. Dump. Next caller. Hold.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Well.
There you go. Call.
And the phones are
I believe that the phones are hot now. So you can call us if you like at 339-1140, 800-920-1140. And one of these weeks I'm going to remember on a Monday to come in here early on a Monday morning just to say, let's just reset everything before we start the show.
Sure.
Hello, here we go. Phone scan. Thank you for your patience. Hello.
I was just making sure the phones worked.
Phones work.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Joe.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you, sir.
That sure did sound like Little Joe.
Yick.
That sure did sound like Little Joe.
I was literally calling, and you answered right there. I was just seeing if it was.
I didn't know. I just did the thing with the telephones, and then.
Joe should have had answers to the questions.
I should have. I
should have,
suck.
Joe. Come
well,
on.
I honestly was looking because when Don reset the in here, our screener phone did a bunch of weird colors and stuff on it. So
because you have to, okay.
All right, I see. So that's okay. I got it now. So that is that. Pick up line 2 and see if that's
line
me.
2.
Line 2 should be me.
Don Geronimo Show.
Yeah, hi, Little Joe.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. When are you going to read the story about Craig having sex with his grandma again?
Oh man, I can't wait to get to that. I'll pass it on to Don.
Is it true that Jeff Tarbell runs his penis all over all the equipment on a Saturday morning right here at good old 1140?
Well, I'll go smell and let you know.
Thanks.
Why does it sound like you're on a microphone and a telephone at the same time?
Because Joe has the microphone on.
Okay. Bye, Joe.
Bye.
Bye, Joe. And now with that, back to the phones again. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hi, good morning.
Oh, hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
So, basically, my 8th day of the week would be Coors Day, and most embarrassing thing my significant others ever have you do is...
Jeez, wait, you mean I go through all of that? I go through all of that to get the phones working, and this is it?
That's the guy you get.
This is the guy I get, some brain-dead slug that wants to answer stupid, slow Joe's question? That's the best I can do.
Credit, though.
And plus, I got news for you. I know that I don't only have one person calling this show today. Line number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're all haywire. Those lines are nuts right now. Hello? How am I supposed to do a phone scan with one phone line that works? One phone line works. Okay, I just hung up on that guy, so call now.
All right.
I have one line open, and that's another thing that DJs say that pisses me off all the time when I'm listening to like a regular disc jockey show. Hey, call me now. I got a line open right now. Screw you. Screw you. You got a line open.
Phones are open.
You know what I got? I got one phone line open. I got 7 lines that are supposed to ring through here, and I got one damn line that open.
No.
I'm trying to call our number again.
Okay.
So that should be me on line number 1.
Let's see if it is.
Well, properties.
Now it's directing the call.
Hello, is it? This is not KHTK Radio, huh?
No, it's not.
Well, hi. Well, this is KHTK Radio. I'm calling you. I'm trying to figure out why my phone lines aren't working today, and I'm calling my request line. And I just got put through to. Does your phone start with 339?
Yeah.
Well, now ain't that something?
Wow.
Is 339 like?
I'm walking into a meeting, so.
Okay. All right. Thank you, honey.
Figure it out.
All right. Okay.
Figure it out. She said.
Are you getting phone scan calls at your business?
Yeah. Isn't 339 a prefix just for radio stations?
It's for our radio stations in this cluster.
Well, then you shouldn't be able to have a phone number, a regular phone number that's 339, right?
To a meeting.
339-1140. It's ringing again now, but I don't see it ringing on my board.
Yeah, it's not ringing.
You see that? I've got 6 lines that are not lighting up. And I'm calling this number and it's not going. Yeah. This is going to make it very hard to do a phone scan today. You know, I'm going to do a carrier pigeon scan today. Send me your note via carrier pigeon.
Smoke signals.
I have to do it like the Indians used to.
Yeah,
I got to do
used to.
a mail scan.
Morse code.
We got Robert Mason. We can do that.
We do, yeah.
Well, now this is a very confusing situation.
You're calling yourself and you're not answering.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen as well. There's nothing coming up whatsoever.
There are no calls at all. Every single line is dead.
This place is amazing sometimes.
Now I don't even have one line to do a phone scan on.
Pick out your cell and call us and see.
All right. Yeah, I'll do it too.
Yeah, see if we can get some callers that way.
No, it's just he has one line.
There's only
one line.
All right, listen, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. Now, is that you calling in, Craig?
That's not Craig, no.
That's not Craig.
That's
I'm
a
calling
normal
in,
person.
but no, that's not me.
Hold on. Let me see. What's this one? Hello?
Hey, that's me.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
hold
but that's not my number up there.
Dude, what the hell's wrong with our phone system
I don't
today?
know,
Seriously.
man. I don't know.
Hello, good morning, phone scan.
Good morning, fellas.
Hey.
Hey. Welcome. I have one line open. No rush. One line, though. Hurry.
Take your time, answer the
Hurry.
questions.
Okay, I have a few answers for you guys.
Thank God I forgot what the questions are at this point.
My favorite captain, being a lifelong Sacramento, would be Captain Mitch. You guys remember him?
Of course, the kids' host, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and Drew, my wife...
Hey, hold on a second. I just got to ask a question.
Okay.
Did someone in engineering just listen to us and fix it? Because, I mean, literally, how can it be for 10 minutes, all of the lines are dead, we call the number, we get nothing. Now, every single line lit up with incidentally, with the phone numbers. With the phone numbers showing up.
Maybe the delay is longer now.
What was that?
What the hell?
What was that?
I took a page out of Craig's book.
What was that? You did.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw Bob walk in the hall, so maybe, maybe he's listening on the on the stream, and then he's like, "Oh, I have to do something."
So then there's just a switch for him to flip because it was done in 10 minutes. He didn't have to come in here.
You know what? I don't know, Drew, but what's amazing to me is that now every line is ringing, and here we go.
I will say this though: they engineers had a wonderful meeting on Friday that they told me about. Where in fourth quarter, it looks like we're gonna have brand new studios, brand new equipment.
You believe that lie?
No,
no, of course you don't.
I've heard it for every fourth quarter now.
Of course you don't. All right, good morning. What can we do for you? Did you remember the topics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him. So, Captain Mitch.
Captain Mitch, right.
You.
And my girlfriend, do you guys remember a guy named Sam Harris, a singer?
Yes.
Do I? Yes. Sugar don't bite. Why do I remember that? It's Sam Harris, and I was on Star Shirts with Ed McMahon. And I'm as queer as a $4 bill.
Sugar don't bite.
Sugar Don't Bite by Sam Harris.
I got it.
So
Why do I remember that?
Front row center seats to go see this guy.
Oh, man.
And it was, so that was horrible. And I'd like to check out Katie Mixon's Vulva for sure.
Sure.
Excellent.
And I think Anthony Jeselnik with a sitcom would be great.
Mm-hmm.
The extra day of the week would be Doris Day.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Katie Mixon's a good call on the Vulva spray. She's really good looking. You've seen that Eastbound and Down. You've seen that show?
Oh,
That's
right.
his girl.
She's also on. I want to say she's on like
The Mike and Molly
on
show.
the Mike and Molly show. Right. She's Molly's sister.
She's good looking, man. I like that. It's a good call. Is this?
You don't remember Sam Harris?
Sam Harris.
Remember Sam Harris?
Sam Harris, kind of an effeminate cat from the 80s, who's on Star Search. Sugar Don't Bite.
He looks like Steve Lemmy.
You know, why is it I remembered that right away? I couldn't tell you what I did on Saturday night. I'm serious, but I remembered right away. Sugar Don't Bite by Sam Harris.
This is a guy?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sounds
Fight.
Sounds like every other 80s song.
Yeah, that's an awful one. That's just an awful one. You want to hear a really bad song? You know Bryan Adams? Hold on, let me find this song.
Yeah, I know Bryan Adams.
You know Bryan Adams? You kind of think he's a rocker, I bet, right?
Nah.
Well, kind
Well,
of.
it used to be.
Yeah.
Pseudo.
Bryan Adams, let me...
Summer of 69.
But he also did the Robin Hood song.
That is true. And that Don Juan DeMarco song.
All right, here is
Don Juan. Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah.
Here is Bryan Adams. This was his very first appearance in America. Before he did
Cuts Like a Knife and Run to You.
and stuff like that. Here's Bryan Adams, Disco Bryan Adams. Let me take you dancing. This is as gay as Sam Harris is.
Ugh.
Craig loves it.
Craig, your chair squeaks, dude.
Sorry.
Let me take you dancing. Oh, it's long disco version,
I
everybody.
guess so.
Right here, a station that's got no telephones that work. KHTK, your disco station. Ooh, they're going to keep singing. Yeah, dancing. Ooh, here he is from Canada, everybody. Here's Bryan Adams, KHTK. Oh, there's more. Sunny tomorrow and fair tonight. It's the Sunny and Fair Show. Current temperature is 1 million degrees right here at KHTK. Wow, it's the remix version. I got plenty of time to tell you I just had a fart that smells like some sort of critter climbed up in my ass and died a second ago. It's hot. It's 1,000 degrees in my ass. And now with disco, Mr. Bryan Adams.
I hit the post.
Wow.
Yeah, this is your boy. This is him.
This is terrible.
Sounds like an
What year is this from?
79.
Jesus.
Bryan Adams. Jesus. That is just so.
Don,
Did you guys listen to that back in the 70s, man?
No, I don't ever remember hearing that.
That wasn't even a hit song. That was not
No.
even. That was a mid chart for Bryan Adams. Yeah, Little Joe.
did they do something with the pitch on his voice, or is that really him hitting that note? Because
That's
that
him.
does not sound anything
That's
like
That's
him.
a young song.
Wow.
Take you dancing.
The Bee Gees thing.
Very young.
Hello, phone scan. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Don, what's up?
Hey, hi there.
It's the Selena's kid.
Hey.
Selena's kid. How you doing?
Oh, great.
All right, man.
Hi, Selena.
Hey, now that you got that little punto right there, Deuce Park, tell him to step up a show, bro. How's it feel to be with a real man out there in the club? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What does that
Yeah.
even mean?
Down.
Oh, what the hell is this guy talking about?
yo.
I don't know.
He's not a fan of Deuce.
Deuce
I'm
Pac?
a fan. You gotta step it up. That show's getting boring.
Wait a minute. Are you comparing dudes like to Tupac?
That's okay.
That's a dump right there. That's a dump.
That was an odd phone call,
It really
I have
was.
to
Yes,
say.
it
Thank you. It was our first Deuce Puck call.
Hello, phone scan. I
Can't-
think.
You can't.
Oh, I can't now.
Yeah, we both hit
See,
it.
now I can't answer the
Oh,
phone
no, is that going to screw it up now?
because we
not
have
the
too
worst.
much delay that's being used.
Come on, Selena's kid.
Rude.
I'll let you know.
No, we'll go back to Bryan Adams. Ew.
Yeah, that is Bryan Adams.
It's kind of a Rick Astley, Bee Gees kind of vibe.
It reminds me of the club scene in Scarface.
Well, yeah.
This is a song when I think gay disco, I think this one though. Sylvester. Ever heard of this one?
No.
No, we don't listen.
Oh, you make me feel mighty real.
You have never heard You Make Me Feel Mighty Real?
No, I'm hetero.
By Sylvester, who might have been like half man, half woman. I'm not sure what his deal was. It was like a RuPaul thing.
Yeah.
Different Sylvester that you just pulled the picture of.
Tweety Bird and Sylvester.
A lot of people tell you that this right here, this is what ruined the music that we all complain about today. A lot of people will tell you that it's disco that ruined the music we're hearing today. I don't know about that, but I know Bryan Adams should just find a hole somewhere and just bury every copy of
There's
that.
that Sylvester.
Let Me Take You Dancing. There he is. There's Sylvester. He's super. Hello, good morning.
Hey, I take that over the Fairy Foo Fighters any day.
I got burned there.
Ouch.
Good one.
Joe's nose is bleeding.
You win.
Oh, fighting words, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not because he's a pussy.
He's all happy with himself, all pleased with himself. Hello, good morning, phone scan.
Hey, good morning there, Disco Don. How you
Hi
doing?
there. Hey, buddy. How are you, my friend? I'm now operating with 2 phone lines for your convenience. We're a radio station that has 2 phone lines that are operating now. 2 out of, hold on, let me see how many lines are on this phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 lines out of 12 open for your pleasure. Call right now.
Nicely done.
Phone scan.
Hey, Donnie.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
I was confused and I already forgot all the damn topics.
Oh, yeah. Who cares? Let me see. Ask me anything, and who's your favorite captain? Drew.
Yes, the most feminine thing your girl's got you to do.
Phantom.
Best movie, part 3.
Uh-huh.
Krager's.
Whose vulva would you like in a bottle?
Yeah.
Slow Joe. I'm sorry, Little Joe.
Current comment you want to see have a sitcom.
And Slow Joe.
Name the new day of the week.
New day.
New day of the week is KHTK Day.
Yeah, that's great. Okay,
That's
thanks.
nice.
Yay.
That's
Good
nice.
one.
Sucker.
You know what, Don? I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm out here in Sacramento delivering, and why is it all I see on these streets around here is nothing but bums and hookers in the morning around schools?
Bums and hookers in the morning around school.
Bums and hookers in the
What's the
morning?
school that you're going to that has bums and hookers around it?
Go down Broadway. When I go down Broadway this morning, seeing them. Go down Martin Luther King, see them. Go down
Well, now,
Well,
listen.
you know what? To be honest with you, I would avoid Martin Luther
Well, you
King
can't-
Street at all.
Seems to me you're stereotyping a little bit, my friend.
Hey, I'm just calling how I see it, buddy.
Just calling you how you see it, huh? How many of these people that are whores and homeless
Bums,
people?
yeah.
How many of them are black and Hispanic?
Okay, now you're stereotyping, but I will say about 99.9%.
Yes, I'm stereotyping, but the answer is 99.9%. All right, dude. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, right.
No.
Hello there, phone scan. Good morning.
Don.
Like, did you? Even when I picked that up, I heard sort of
I do too. A little hum.
like a yeah. What's happening? Like a No, not like that. Yes.
This is Brian.
And Adam.
And we heard you talking about Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
We have a song that we wrote for you. If you could give us 10 seconds of airtime, we'd love to sing it for you real quick.
Sure, Bryan Adams. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Mr. Don Geronimo. Everything we do it for you. Look into my eyes, and you will see.
Couple of dicks.
They are.
Okay, let's cut the crap. Don, I have something to tell you.
Yes, sir.
I am your illegitimate child.
I got it. They're everywhere. I'm like Johnny Appleseed with my sperm. They're everywhere.
Mom told me. I'm really nervous. This is a huge moment in my life. She told me I should call and ask you for some money.
All right, son, I need you to come down and show me the family birthmark. Once you show me the family birthmark, you're in. I got you there. You don't have a little clever song for that one, do you?
Actually, I do.
You want to see it, Don?
I do, Don. It goes like this. There's a big tattoo on my booty with your face on it, Don.
Those guys, are those DJs doing bits with me? I don't know.
Sounds like a podcast.
It does. It sounds.
Well, I like them, Mr. Bryan and Mr. Adams. They can call at any time.
Yes.
Hello, phone scan. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Don.
Hi, buddy.
The only thing I can think of is when I heard Slow Joe's topic is on what day did God create Slow Joe, and why couldn't he have rested on that day too?
Are you the guy that hates on Joe every day?
No, not every day.
No. You're a different. Have you hated on Joe before?
No, probably not. To be honest.
All right. Well, listen. Well, then I'm going to give you a copy of the UFC 145 on DVD, and this is your last.
Can you give it to the next guy? Honestly.
Jesus Christ. All right, now we know what kind of day it is.
That's, on the East Coast is when I used to see 916. I knew the magic of a Sacramento caller. Yes. I swear to God I did. All right, that's fine. We'll put it back in the hopper for this edition of Two-Line Phone Scan. We'll come back and we'll do the news and the comments, everybody. Two-Line Phone Scan. This is your two-line radio station. KHTK. We'll be right back. 909 CBS Sports Radio, two-line radio station. KHTK, the CBS fan. We'll be right back. 1140 Sports and a whole lot more. Sports. It's beer, it's boobs, it's guy talk, and two telephone lines at work. 1140 CBS. What do we call it this week? CBS Sports Radio.
1140.
1140. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Work there, dude.
I need to go to the party.
It's time to unload.
There's that smell again.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
It's like communicating telepathetically.
CBS.
That's
bad.
like a giraffe trying to go through a little hula hoop.
No, let's meet our returning champion.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
He look like he's doing a crocodile move. Show him my shoe.
All right. He hates anyone without cancer. Don Geronimo. You can call the Don Geronimo Show anytime. 1-800-920-1140. 339-1140. He's ready to believe you.
Just got a note on Twitter from at Joey Monty 916. Hey Don, I just turned the show on and it was a terrible song on it. He put hashtag the return of Steve Bryan. That must have been that the Bryan Adams song that we were playing.
Yeah, it was right. I was in the link and it was right when that song was playing.
So I was thinking we didn't play the parody song from the DJ service today, and it's mighty bad. It's my turn that down for a second, Joe. Turn that down, please. It's Black Sabbath, Iron Man. And it's, of course, about Iron Man 3 that opens on Friday.
Okay, well.
Let's hear this from the DJ. Well, we're not passing on it. We never pass on maybe what is a great song.
Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. will make bajillions.
That's all I had to hear.
Right out of the bat.
That's
right off the bat.
That might be the fastest crash ever. Iron Man.
You leave Black Sabbath, leave the Doors, leave Jimmy, leave it alone. Leave
rock and roll.
Let me see if I can get through
Period.
this. It's the third Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. will make bajillions. Gwyneth Paltrow needs a tan. People's most beautiful. What a scam. Nonetheless, I'd like to see her cans. But seeing Pepper's pots is not part of the plan. I digress. Back to the plot of Iron Man. I'll never get that far. Let's see if I can get that far.
People's most beautiful. What a scam. Nonetheless, I'd like to see her cans. But seeing Pepper's pots is not part of it.
No way.
Right.
Yeah. That's over.
That's the worst. Blasphemy. Hello, Jonathan, on one of the two available phone lines that work at this radio station. Hello, Jonathan.
CBS Radio, this is Sarah.
All right, we got CBS.
What the hell?
This is the front desk.
You know what?
Unbelievable.
That's someone messing with us. That's someone who is conferencing us into our own number.
Hi, Sarah.
Cool. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Good morning. You know, at this point...
You can speak with the program director.
How you doing, Sarah?
Okay.
Hold on.
No, wait a minute. We can't hear him talk.
This is unbelievable. The other person's talking to Sarah right now.
And we're hearing Sarah.
Yes.
I think he's a nice guy.
Now, is this a problem with our phone lines, or is this someone doing this to us?
What happened was this guy called up and said, hey, is Don still on the air? And I said, yeah. And he goes, hey, can I talk to him? And I go, yeah, what's your name? Jonathan. All right. Put him on hold. And now, for some reason, we're in a conference call.
Jesus Christ, man.
See, I don't think that's...
I don't see much of Don.
Oh, they're talking about you, sir.
I don't see him. I usually work afternoons. I'm not here in the morning.
Trying to get her fired.
Okay.
What the hell?
Kennedy.
Dude, what the hell?
This is a recording.
That's awesome.
This is Kennedy.
A recording.
Kennedy.
Jesus. You know, I don't even know. At that point, I got to say what
I don't know what's
All
going on.
You want call up Sarah and find out what that call was about?
No, you call Sarah,
All
but
right.
find out what it's about.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even
call her.
know. I don't even know. Listen, I know that our listeners are nuts, but I also know that our phone system
This is
stinks.
bananas today.
It's the worst. Let me see. Tomorrow on the show in studio, Jason Mewes from Bob and Silent Bob and Jay. Jay and Silent Bob.
There you go.
As some
There it
people
is.
call them. And tomorrow, a mystery guest where you boys will be able to guess who the celebrity is on the telephone. Wow. That is tomorrow. And then I think Wednesday, Frank Caliendo's coming on the show. Wednesday, Frank is coming on.
You pull out the Mel Kiper Jr. for us on Wednesday.
Yes, and he rocked that on Thursday, I think, on the first day of the draft. I got time for just a little more of one of these stories that was written about Drew from our listener in China. A listener in China. This one is called Enjoyment. And again, these are stories written about Drew, and there's quite a few stories written about Craig as well from a listener in China.
Now, this story that he wrote about me, there are 6 doors. Are we on door number 2 now?
We're on door number 2, which is Enjoyment. And hold on, here's Little Joe with an update. Little Joe.
The guy called up, said, normally I like Don, but today I was driving with my son, and he was offended me. He never told Sarah why he offended you. I'm taking it because he wanted to play back the call. Yes. And so he had to have some kind of theme to his call to begin with, so that's why he got all those drops.
So wait a minute, there's a guy there was a guy who didn't like something I said today.
That's what he told Sarah.
That's what he told the girl at the front desk.
Yes.
And what did he want to do with that?
He just wanted it to. I think he just wanted to get some drops of her so he could play back on our show.
So he was screwing around recording.
Yeah, recording his conversation with Sarah, because that's how you get all those Kennedy.
So that's a guy who called our girl at the front desk and turned her into a soundboard.
Yes. That's exactly what he did.
Someday I'm going to be able to push a button and instantly kill people. And that guy's going to be one of my first ones. Is this him again? Hello? Oh, guys, you got to do the thing so I can answer the phone here.
Is it off again?
I don't know.
No, he's screening it.
Hello?
Hello?
And he hangs up.
Was that the same guy?
No, that was Bob from AT&T wondering if we paid our phone bill.
Oh, good.
You are kidding me.
I swear to God, that's what he
Christ,
said.
I got to take those calls on the
And then
air.
he said, put them on hold so you can take, so I put them on hold.
This is unreal. This is unreal. Wow.
Is this the nuttiest day for this radio station's phone system or
weird,
what?
man. This is bizarre.
So the phones go absolutely belly up on us. Then we have 6 lines that work. Then we have 1 line that works. Then we have 2 lines that work. Then we have no lines that work. And now we got a listener that's calling the front desk and playing us tapes of the girl at the front desk.
And AT&T's calling that line to see if we paid our bill.
Jesus.
Okay. Like I said, the door is Enjoyment. The Drew door is Enjoyment.
Very good. Okay.
I opened the 8-foot wide door and walked into the room. The room smelled of sweat, dirty socks, and discharge. The smell whiffed my nose and watered my eyes. I started to gag and wanted to run out. The door slammed behind me. I turned around to see what slammed the door closed, and I saw the most frightening sight. It was a monster so ugly I threw up in my mouth. Welcome to my dungeon, Lady G laughed as the sweat fell off her face. Oh, my God, I screamed as I placed my hands over my face to shield myself from the ugly. Her fat face was too much to bear as she smiled back at me. Are you ready to make love? She squealed as she started coming towards me.
Squeal.
I could see she had been well fed in the past few days by Drew as her massive body moved closer. I walked away and fell onto her dirty California king bed. As I tried to get up, her oven-mitt hands pushed me back onto the bed. Where do you think you're going, sexy? She grunted as she started to place her misshapen breasts on my chest. I tried to get up again to escape this hell on earth, but her hot dog-sized fingers grabbed me and threw me back onto the bed.
Wow. Jesus.
She kissed me the way an old aunt kisses a young child, cold and wet. A feeling from my stomach grumbled, and I started to projectile vomit onto her and myself.
Don, if I may?
Yes.
I think Robert Mason's on line 1.
Robert, you mean Deuce's dad?
Yeah.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't?
And he gets through.
Why wouldn't? Hello? Hello?
Due to insufficient funds in
Again?
Please call 1-866-607-6006.
A zero.
Your call was not accepted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dude, that's weird.
His voice and stuff.
I don't know what to say, man.
Is Tom Cousins at the B hacking our phones today? Is that what's going on today?
I think so.
So you mean in the middle of all of that, you got a collect call from the jail from Deuce's dad?
And I hate to interrupt you in the middle of the Drew story, but
okay.
I knew that we didn't have that much in the account, so...
And again, when he called, we've got to put money in the account. So when hey, Hey, Deuce.
He just walked down the hall. I saw him.
We got to put money in your dad's account so when your dad calls our show, we can talk to him.
Deuce.
Jesus.
Deuce should put it in there.
What a mess.
Deuce should do it. It's his dad.
A feeling from my...
Put money in your dad's account.
Yes.
Oh,
He
wow.
keeps calling, but we don't have enough funds to put him on the air.
He needs to sell more tobacco.
He's a real dick in life. That's what Deuce is.
Thanks, Deuce.
That's your dad, dude.
Real Deuce.
Good
your
job,
dad.
Deuce. Nice job.
A feeling from my stomach grumbled, and I started to projectile vomit onto her and myself. She laughed and started to undress me. You need to get ready to slap skin, sexy, she said as she labored to get my clothes off. I was powerless to move and started to fear what would happen next. She finally undressed me and was able to take off the muumuu she was wearing. Her double G, triple D cup breasts were a sight to see, something people in the carnival would pay 10 cents to see in the 1890s. But today, they were less of a disturbing sideshow attraction, and making me have a front row ticket to see them made my stomach ache again. She pushed me to the middle of the filthy mattress and laid me out next to the old KFC chicken bones and Twinkie wrappers. She started to kiss me to get herself in the mood. Each kiss made my skin shiver and my prayers to God become louder, that I would be able to get out alive. She finally got into the mood. She started to touch me. I tried to push her off, but she snarled like a dog with a bone and continued to play. As she did, I got a whiff from her angry beaver. It smelled more like a dead beaver that had been rotting in the sun for a few days. I almost passed out by the smell. She finally stopped and let out a huge fart. She laughed as the smell mixed in with the wretched smell already in the room. I cried and pleaded with a fat ass to let me go, but she pushed me down again and moved over to insert the angry beaver. As she tried to move and contort to make the necessary motions, my pelvis was being crushed. She started to grunt and squeal with the sounds of love like a whale would make when finding a mate. The night got worse as I blacked in and out of consciousness, being squashed by her cottage cheese thighs. When I finally regained consciousness in the hospital, I was relieved to be out of that hell. Sadly, it took me 5 years of therapy before I was able to not throw up while making love. I love that. That's a story that didn't even have anything to do with Drew. That's a story about Lady G, for goodness sakes. Okay. Well, no one else calling? No one else stopping by?
I don't think so.
Is that it?
The stories are very creative, though. I do like them.
I like reading them. How about Phantom's news update? Let's go to the intro for the news.
Hey, this is Billy West. You might know me as Philip J. Fry, pizza delivery boy. Zap Brannigan. Yeah, but let them in. I've made it with a woman. Good news, everyone. Hey, you're listening. Wait, who is it? And listen up, Spuds. You're listening to Phantom on the news. You're home for that sort of thing.
Hello, my name is Frank.
Hi, Frank.
It's Phantom News.
Here we go. Just let me say this about this show today. Let me just say,
This house is so gone crazy.
it has 9:33, and here's Phantom. Good morning, Phantom.
Thank you, Don. It's 9:33. Time for Jacuzzi Hot Tub Supercenter in Rockland to meet or beat any price guaranteed. Just a note from the birthday file, Jan from the Brady Bunch and Michelle Pfeiffer are both 55 today.
Who is?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer and Jan from the Brady Bunch are the same age. They're both 55.
Would you on Michelle Pfeiffer? Because she's been one of those women who I've always... No, I've always had a thing for Michelle Pfeiffer.
I would do it. Never. You put a hook in that mouth, man. Seriously.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a wonderful mouth.
No, she's flat as a board. She's easy to screw. She got to do an improved Joker smile.
I love
Get
Michelle
out of here.
Pfeiffer.
I like her very much.
And listen, what's that guy doing calling, complaining about my show? Listen, I think you know I don't do a show for kids. You're stupid if you're driving in the car with your kid and you're listening to my show, dummy. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh.
And someone wrote a text in here. Hey, Don, what happened to the baby from the first room? Did Lady G eat it? Oh, the baby in the from the very first
Drew
story
would
about
know.
Drew.
It's his house.
I don't know.
I don't go upstairs to those rooms.
Hey, Don, I sure hope that California King bed was bought at Sleep Train. Well, me too. Me too.
Mattress Price Wars on now.
And then now people are writing in. Someone did a soundboard of your girl, Sarah, at the front desk.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, thank you.
Phantom, how about another one, please?
This week, Ben Affleck is living on just $1.50 a day in food and drink. Thought you'd want to know. Part of Live Below the Line Challenge, which is an effort to raise awareness of global poverty.
Craig does that every day, don't you?
You damn right.
Sophia Bush is doing it, too. So is Josh Groban. He did it last year. He wrote a song about it.
Please.
So there you go.
Get out of here. Stupid entitled celebrities.
Okay, then I have a story just for you.
Okay.
Experts say the biggest reason we have trouble sleeping these days is because we take our phones or iPads to bed and they distract us.
Maybe.
Well, here's another more reasonable trick to use to fall asleep. Researchers in Switzerland found you can fall asleep quicker if you wear your socks to bed.
Wear your socks? What the hell does that do, Phantom?
Well, when you're about to fall asleep, your body redirects more blood to your hands and feet. Once they're warm, your blood starts circulating around the rest of your body, which makes you go to sleep. So, if you're wearing socks, your feet warm up faster, which means the blood can circulate around your body sooner. Ergo, you're asleep.
I don't know about that one.
Nah, it's going to be hot enough.
I don't know about that. Plus, I wear socks all the time. Just you don't need to see my feet. Just you folks, you don't need to see what's going on down
Right.
there. You really don't. It's better. I'd rather not sleep than have you see my feet. It's 9:35. How about we do a break? We'll come back. We'll do a full segment of news and comments next. Everybody, CBS Sports Radio 1140 Sacramento.
Work there, dude. I need to go to the party.
It's time to unload.
There's that smell again.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
It's like communicating telepathetically.
CBS.
Radio is proud to present.
One time I took a little ant to a party.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Tell that woodpecker. What the hell was that? I like Minnesota.
Treat objects like women, man.
Radio's glory hole party.
Hi there.
The Don Geronimo Show. You can call the Don Geronimo Show anytime. 1-800-920-1140. 339-1140.
I'm ready.
He's ready to believe you.
Right here, the glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
Mm-hmm.
You let him know that he is one ratings point away from having his own podcast.
I live with that statement.
Oh, Babaloni.
Right, and here's Phantom again at 9:47.
Yeah, time to pick up Tecate Light Beer for Cinco de Mayo weekend. Here's a lesson for you. If you set a Guinness World Record, don't try to do it again. An Indian daredevil who made it to the Guinness Book of World Records died yesterday.
I'm a big old dangerous guy. Evil Knievel.
It's actually an Indian guy from India, but that's okay.
Tarry stool, sorry, wrong Indian.
Thank you.
This
He
is
died
Frank.
yesterday while repeating a version of his stunt, according to the BBC. Sailendra Nath Roy entered the record books in 2011 after traveling the farthest recorded distance on a zip line using his hair.
His hair?
What? His hair. He attempted to cross the Teesta River via ponytail and zipline once again in front of hundreds of onlookers in West Bengal. But Roy became stuck just shy of halfway through the 600-foot journey, reports India Today, after his hair got stuck in the line's wheeler within 45 minutes. He was dead. There he is dying right there. He wore a life jacket, but he didn't arrange for emergency aid. He was desperately trying to move forward. He was trying to scream out some instructions, but no one could follow what he was saying, said a photographer at the scene. Eventually, Roy lost consciousness and died of a heart attack.
Oh, poor
Damn.
Roy.
That's too bad.
Poor Roy.
There he is again.
Ask him by name.
A Florida woman who was attacked by a bull on Saturday at a county rodeo told Local News 6 she thought she was going to die. Desiree Cicero had jumped into the bull ring for the money grab game, a tradition at the annual Cracker Day Festival at the next to the
Phantom,
county
that's
fairgrounds
racist.
in DeLand, Florida. Now, Cicero said she was knocked out for 2 minutes. You see, I guess what they do is they jump in the ring and try to grab money while the bull is chasing them.
Oh,
Which is not the greatest idea I've ever heard.
Wait a minute. Where is this?
This is in DeLand County, Florida. DeLand, D-E-L-A-N-D, Florida. It's the Volusia, V-O-L-U-S-I-A, County Rodeo event. Desiree Cicero, said she was knocked out for 2 minutes and did not wake up until she heard her daughter screaming. All I remember is the impact and my kid screaming, she said. He hit me in my back on my side where I have my broken rib. I knew it was coming. I mean, it felt like being hit by a bull. There's no other way to describe it.
So this idiot has a broken rib and still jumps into the bull ring.
No, the broken rib, I believe she got from the bull. I like where you're going there. Lying in her bed with a dislocated shoulder, broken rib, hole in her arm, and scratches all over, she recounts the moment she thought she died, trampled, and gored by a bull. She said 19-year-old John Wiedemann Beal, who serves in the Marines, helped protect her.
3 named person, incidentally.
He was in the game for the rush
Serial
also.
killer.
But he didn't count on the rush he got. He said the second time the bull came around, John actually jumped on me to shield me from the bull. He ended up getting kicked for someone he doesn't even know. He's like, yeah, I just had to do what I had to do. I saw the bull coming, and I just had to jump on you.
Why don't we get that at the state fair this year? That would be awesome.
Grab the tag. event.
Cracker
Yes,
Day
the
at the
money
state.
grab
Cracker
game.
Day.
There you go.
Cracker Day, Harless Day, Harless Family Day. Right. Hey, and I left that story with you and your grandma on the table. She was just about to mount you.
Incest,
Yeah,
cannibalism.
I'm glad you didn't continue with
I will
that,
tomorrow. I will. I got 4 hours to fill tomorrow.
Don, one of your heroes,
Steve Porsche?
Evidently died today. Dave Gold popularized the 99-cent store concept with a string of more than 300 shops.
Right.
Extended from California to Texas. He died today of an apparent heart attack. He was 80 years old. Today, the dollar stores dot the American landscape. But when he opened his first one way back in 1982, the concept reserved for expired or broken products. A retail graveyard is how they referred to it at the time. He revolutionized the idea, offering quality merchandise at a reasonable cost. The idea caught on. He reportedly amassed a fortune in the billions.
I love me a good 99-cent store. I do.
He said, whenever I'd put wine or cheese on sale for $1.02 or 98 cents, it never sold out. When I put a 99-cent sign on anything, it was gone in no time.
Bingo.
I realized it was a magic number. I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have a store where everything was good quality and everything was 99 cents?
Well, a little easy on that good quality, but beyond that.
I'm saying, he said, wouldn't it be nice? He didn't say he had it.
I'm a fan of the 99-cent
Dave
store.
Gold amassed a fortune in the billions.
Good
That's
for
a
him.
lot of merchandise at 99
Good for
cents
him.
per.
Hey, and here's an update on that the gay basketball player, Jason Collins.
Yeah.
His Twitter number has gone up by 16,000 today.
So
his number's going up faster than AJ Clemente's
it's
number.
kind of like how Pittman explained to us earlier. All you have to do is say gay effing S on the air.
Or announce that you're gay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I got an announcement, guys.
Gay effing S.
And I'm gay. Come on, Twitter. Let's go. Give me those 16,000 followers. Come on. Phantom, one more, please.
Oh, what do you want? Oh my God!
How about 2 more if you got 2 good ones?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. An Altus, Oklahoma man lit his girlfriend on fire on Friday because she could not figure out how to work the DVD.
Perfect reason.
Not guilty.
Of course.
Next case, not guilty.
She was recovering. That's all you need to know. Now, Wesley Warren Jr. is a different story. He's the 48-year-old Las Vegas man whose emotional and physical struggles with his 132-pound scrotum has drawn international attention.
All right. What's his name, Phantom? One more
Wesley Warren Jr.
Is this the guy we've talked about before with
We
the
have
giant
talked
scrotum?
about him before. He has undergone successful surgery to remove the mass, according to the surgeon who led the
Thank
team
God.
that performed the nearly 13-hour procedure.
Right.
Dr. Joel Gelman said this week that on April 8th, he and 3 other physicians, including plastic surgeons, donated their expertise and operated on Warren. The mass was caused by a scrotal lymphoderma. It had grown to 132 pounds in less than 2 years. He said there's a lot of shows about makeovers, but this is a real makeover. He said of the procedure that saw surgeons cut away simultaneously on the grossly enlarged protective sac of skin and muscles that contained his testicle and penis.
Well, the good news is that Scrotum's getting a podcast starting today. So that's awesome news for that Scrotum. Thank you, Phantom. And I see what you're doing over there. You're playing I'm on Fire by Bruce Springsteen. I see that. Because that's just not funny. Not funny at all. Thank you, Phantom. Let's get a caller 100 here, gang. At 339-1140, 800-920-1140. You be the right 100th caller. We'll be right back on CBS Sports 1140 Sacramento.
Take a break. No, and I poke my finger down his throat like that. He gags.
Oh, I'm allergic to shrimp, so if you want to make out later.
I'll have the shrimp.
Poke your finger down the throat, he gags.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
You allergic to anything?
Only sleeping alone.
And then he stops.
CBS.
Radio is proud to present.
One time I took a little ant to a party.
This is the Don Geronimo Show.
Tell that woodpecker.
What the hell was that?
I like Minnesota.
Treat objects like women, man.
His whole career is padding. Don Geronimo.
Woodpeckers. I just heard that in the bumper there. I hate woodpeckers. They're the pricks of the universe. They are. You know, they get up and go, hey, I'm a woodpecker. Look at me. This is what I got to do. Screw 'em. How about a last look at weather, Phantom?
Brought to you by Cash Creek's Great American Cash Giveaway. $15,000 in cash drawings every weekend and made $90,000 given away Memorial Day weekend. Details at cashcreek.com. Sunny, high 93, low 58. Right now, 73.
There you go. Thank you. And you are the 100th caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who is this, please?
This is David Elk Grove.
Hi, Dave in Elk Grove. You're going to get the prize that I tried to pass out during the phone scan with only one phone line. A copy of UFC 145 on DVD with John Bones Jones returning to the Octagon against Sugar Rashad Evans. DVD with all the main card bouts. Get it. It's UFC. It's on DVD. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir.
You are very welcome. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6. Jim Rome is next tomorrow. Jason Mewes will be in studio.
Yeah.
And we got the mystery guest as well coming up tomorrow. Thank you, Drew, buddy.
Thank you, Donnie.
Thank you, Phantom.
You got it.
Thank you, Love.
Thank you.
To both of the Joes as well. Thank you. Until tomorrow, as always, thank you both for listening. And oh, yes, hello.
Don Geronimo.
Keep the complaint calls coming.
KHTK.